into the firm of Harris and Meringue on this happy little Wednesday. Patrick Harris, yours truly. That is Danny Meringue to my left. Casey Smith behind the glass on the ones and twos.
Did you just go like full gladiator on him, Casimus?
I kind of did there on accident. I was trying to figure out if I was going to say behind the glass on the ones and twos. I wasn't quite sure.
Casimus Maximus?
Casimus Smithimus.
There we go.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad at all, my friends.
Get you a little red loincloth and helmet, and
like
get
you
a shield.
Chest plate already.
Yeah, get that breastplate out. Go get you in a phalanx.
A what?
Phalanx.
What's that?
That is the defensive posture that the army sat in. So it was one shield overlapping the other, so it was impenetrable.
Oh. It sounds like Operation Human Shield.
Basically, but you put one shield that overlaps the other, and one of the things that they did in those groups is they put the men were within their families. So a father would be next to a son, an uncle next to a brother, because what are you going to do? You're going to protect that guy next to you.
Totally. That reminds me of that South Park moment. I think it's in the movie where Chef goes, Operation Human Shield my ass.
Yeah, no. I mean, you want to talk about military tactics? They were real good at that. That's why the whole story of 300, that's kind of a real thing that they use that pass because they could use it as a choke point.
And there we are on Roman Empire again.
There we go.
How often do you think of the Roman Empire?
Brother, I come back to it pretty regularly.
I'm only about once a month, maybe twice a month.
I'm probably close to once a day. And
why do we do that? What was the meaning behind that? That it's just like such a giant momentous occasion in mankind history.
Well, I mean, it was at that point in time. It was the most.
It's tied to Jesus.
Yeah, it's the most spread out culture in the history of the planet, kind of a deal at that point in time. It stretched from basically one ocean to another.
The Roman god. Do you like Roman gods or Greek gods?
Well, there's some overlap in between there. I mean, the language was still Greek.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if you go back to biblical times, like you're talking about, the translations are going to come from Greek and Aramaic.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I follow that.
I mean, that's my wheelhouse. Like that's all my degrees are in Middle Eastern studies, and it all ties back to Roman, Greek, and whether it's biblical times or pre or post. And that's you're basically looking in the era between 0 or 60 BC to roughly 900 AD. That's like the formative era of what we call modern civilization. So
I don't have any degrees in that stuff. I had my father who used to yell at me about World War II all the time. So I don't have degrees in World War II, but boy, can I tell you a lot about that.
Mm-hmm.
That will go on forever. Remember when the History Channel was called the Hitler Channel?
Oh, yeah.
When people, that was the nickname for it?
Because it was just World War II.
It was just World War II and mostly a fixation on him. We watched that thing every single night.
When they recolored all of the footage from World War II, oh, buddy, I dove into that. Yeah. That's so much fun. Look, honestly, if you want to learn about World War II and you don't want to get into the history books, there's a really easy way to do it and get a really solid understanding of what it was. Go watch Band of Brothers.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Band of Brothers is one of the best ways to truly understand the military changes and the impact both culturally and regionally, because they do such a good job of whether it's the boot camp and the birth of the airborne in the U.S., the changes in tactics from World War I, which was trench warfare hellscapes. We know where we were using mustard gas. That was where the a lot of changes in warfare came around, because it's weird that World War II gets all of the quote unquote pub, because World War I was that's the nasty full on
that's the trench foot.
That's
era.
That's the in between also modern warfare.
Yep.
In terms of POWs and things like that. There was not a lot of rules during World War I.
Oh no, that's the thing. Is you get in another TV show that kind of gets into World War I is Peaky Blinders.
Again, that's pre-Geneva.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that's what came out of that stuff later was, the Peaky Blinders, the main characters that they talk about, the background that they have is they were trench tunnel diggers, and when you would dig these tunnels, you would run into enemy combatants in a tunnel, and you would be fighting with a knife in a tunnel.
When I was
That's
in
crazy to think about.
when I was in community college, we did a unit on one of my classes. I don't remember what class it was. It was a unit on World War I, and I had to build a diorama of a World War I trench.
Oof.
And let's just say Patrick was not a very good community college student. And I put it off, and then one day I realized I had to do it. So I took a block of Tillamook cheddar cheese and made the jankiest, ghettoest looking thing you'd ever seen in your life. I turned it in, and my teacher looked at me and goes, "No, do it again." And then my old man helped me do it, and it was awesome.
Out of cheese?
No, out of real diorama stuff.
There you go.
The old guys that got the setups in their garage or basement, train sets kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my old man made one of those.
That's the good stuff.
And I didn't do anything. He was just so excited to make it, so he did it.
Told you. Scratch that itch.
Told you, was a real bad community college student.
There you go.
But then I was a better college student when I left Clark and went to Wazoo. You could also, there is on IMDb, World War II movies in chronological order. If you want to just go lazy-wise, you can get here. There's The Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Schindler's List, U-571, Thin Red Line.
There's a lot of, again, World War II gets a lot of movies. World War I, not so much.
Although I did 1917.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was the one that was shot single camera the whole way through, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, allegedly.
But you know what I mean.
But it was really good, really pretty.
That's
very well done.
It's crazy to see that done.
I saw that in the movie theater. I think that was the last movie I saw in the movie theater before COVID.
Oh, really?
I think so.
That's
when theaters were basically shut down, I think
Yeah.
that was the last one I saw. Or it's the first one I saw back. I don't remember the timeline.
one of the other.
Yeah.
That's not an easy watch.
No, it's not.
That's not an easy watch, but it does capture the brutality of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about warfare that I was in versus warfare that those guys were in, man. That's why they're called the greatest generation.
I'm not doing warfare. I'm out. Not interested.
No,
I do love me a good war movie.
War movies always slap. Honestly, the movie Warfare, which captures 2 hours.
That's an intense movie.
It's 2 hours, and
It's
it's
fantastic,
it's just
though.
a snippet of time. But it's the cool thing about that, and I shouldn't say cool, but the thing that captured a lot of people in that was it's all real time. The tick 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 tick. That what you saw was a recreation of that snippet of time. How many things happen in an hour and a half, and it feels like forever. That's the crazy thing about that. So try pivoting out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched basketball last night instead. I was not thinking about the Roman Empire.
No, basketball's great.
I watched basketball.
You can tie that back to the Roman Empire. That ain't hard.
How?
Easy. You got an international game now. That the diaspora of the Roman Empire.
Well, wouldn't it be more if the U.S. players started playing everywhere in the world and took over the world? That would be more of the Roman Empire.
They kind of did though.
Ish, but at high levels too.
Well, sure.
A lot of Americans that play in Europe because they can't play in USA. But I'm saying if the greatest USA players started playing all over the world, that would be the Roman Empire.
Well, yes and no, because if you think about the dispersion of the Roman Empire, when you went to the outposts, you weren't necessarily looked at as the highest level military leaders or the highest level
I guess
political leaders.
all those stayed back home.
Even
in Italy.
Yeah,
Italy.
Even without getting into the biblical side of it, Pontius Pilate and being in that part of the world, that was that was an outpost in watching over that part of the world.
Another really good war movie.
There you go.
Outpost.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
I think it's got Orlando Bloom in it.
Yeah, that's probably why I haven't seen it.
You're not an Orlando Bloom guy?
Pass.
Oh, really?
Hard pass.
What he was in was it The Kingdom?
Paul, sleep, Paul, sleep, Paul, partner.
Parlay.
That's the one.
Parlay.
I mean, he's in Pirates.
Yeah.
The clip of somebody yelling at Johnny Depp during whatever award ceremony or press conference, whatever it was, the parlay, and him basically recreating it without trying was absolutely perfect. By the way,
I liked him as Legolas, but I'm out on the rest of it.
What else are you out on?
Orlando Bloom?
Yeah.
Every other movie he was in, I think he kind of sucks.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's pretty. That's about it. Yeah, I'm also out on Ryan Reynolds, man.
So Troy
not
was
Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling.
Was Troy a bad movie?
Really?
That was more about Eric Bana and Brad Pitt anyway.
See, the character he played in that in Troy was very, very, very irritating. But yeah, dude. Kingdom of Heaven, Lord of the Rings, he's.
I told you I liked him as Legolas.
Did you see Kingdom of Heaven?
Yeah.
Nothing? Really? Wow.
Maybe I just have unattainable standards when it comes to this stuff, you know? That could be very much possible. I live in that world, and I'm not afraid of it. There are people I have conversations. We had Oscars not too long ago, conversations with people around this building. Not a lot of people like my takes.
Yeah, I mean, Black Hawk Down?
That's a great movie.
Yeah, speaking of war movies.
That's a great movie. But that's Tom Sizemore and Ewan McGregor and Josh Hartnett.
Oh, dude.
Those dudes are the main dudes in that movie.
That is one of the most well-cast movies. Like when you go back and look at it, you're just like, how many people are in this movie?
Saving Private Ryan's the same way, too.
Yes. And then coming full circle, Band of Brothers.
A lot of great actors in that.
Like you go back and you look at it and you're just like, how many people are in this? Like Black Hawk Down for me is like the modern era movie of like the number of people in that movie is ridiculous. Like guys who have bit parts. Same thing with Band of Brothers. You're just like before they were anybody kind of a deal. You just go back and you look and you're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like Vin Diesel.
Eric Bana is in Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, Vin Diesel is in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. He gets gunned down.
Yeah, that's
spoilers.
Saving the little girl. Spoiler alert on a movie that's 25 years old. Snape kills Dumbledore.
You monster!
That is the ultimate spoiler. Although I did see The Force Awakens a day before it came out, and I was said to my buddy, we were standing in line to see the premiere, and I turned to him and I was like, dude, I can't believe we've already seen this movie. And I could have easily just walked through the whole movie theater and been like, I can't believe Han Solo takes a lightsaber to the chest from his son. It would just ruin the world for everybody. I did say that to my buddy. I was like, dude, I can't believe we've seen this movie already. And the guys we were hanging out in front of us were like, you've seen this movie? Really? Is it good? Wait, stop. Get away from me. Go away. They were so terrified. I was like, dude, I'm not going to say a word to you, man. Star Wars is too special for me, man. I can't imagine ruining that for somebody else.
Like, go back to your head in Black Hawk Down. Ty Burrell's in that.
For Black Hawk Down?
Black Hawk Down.
Nice.
Ty Burrell's in that. Tom Hardy is in it. Jeremy Piven is in it. Like, these were not guys that were
A-list actors at the time.
No, I mean, and Orlando Bloom was not that yet. Like, you just kind of go down the list and you're just like, there's a lot of people in this. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of people that are in it. Johan Gruffet is in it. Kim Coates is in it. Like, you're just like, there's a lot of people in this movie. Like I said, Eric Bana's in it. I love going back and watching those kind of movies that have like big casts. Mm-hmm. And then you just go like, oh.
That's why they have an Oscar for casting now.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm. This year was the first year. It's an Oscar for casting because it's like a thankless job in Hollywood right now about how hard it is to get certain actors to work with certain directors, certain actors to work with other certain actors, people to work for certain studios, etc.
And then there's the guys that are just clawing, scraping, fighting, and they end up being big actors down the road.
I wrote this movie for Danny Meringue, and they're like, best I can do is Patrick Harris. And they're like, oh, we're hosed. You know, like how you navigate that.
Oh, and it's fun. Like Tarantino, like we've gotten his preferred cast lists for like his biggest movies, and you're just like Pulp Fiction was one of the ones that he writes parts for people.
Yeah,
and it ends up being somebody completely different, and you're like, I can't see somebody else playing that role.
That's why a lot of directors use a lot of same actors because they're used to it and they write parts for them as actors. Yeah, the famous one in Pulp Fiction is the Vincent. The John Travolta character is supposed to be Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Michael Madsen, he does the dance in Reservoir Dogs while he's cutting the ear. He was off doing Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner, which is not a good Western movie in my opinion. And so they had to cast John Travolta. And to your point, that's John Travolta. Yeah. That is not. I think
looking around the room,
Madsen would have been great because he's such a great actor. But yeah, that's Travolta.
Mm-hmm. I love those like little tidbits we get like 20 years later.
Oakley dokley. Well, we do got a great show for you today. I think we're going to talk about one thing. We'll throw a couple other things in there. But there was a basketball game last night. We'll spend a lot of time on that today. We'll take a sneak peek at the Spurs, do a quick little peekaboo on that. We'll talk a little Hornets and Heat, as that was a fun little appetizer. But let's get to the main course, right to the meat, steak, and potatoes. The Blazers take down the Suns. They are the 7th seed. How we got here, how it all went down, a lot for you today on Portland Sports Leader, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. 10:20 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. You can also join us over on the YouTubes. 1051 The Fan is your channel. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. Jump into the chat. Just be nice out there. Play well with others, all right? Play well with others. Cardinals Guardians on TV right now, dude.
Yay.
You want to break that down for 3 hours?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
Kevin McGonigal just got a fat paycheck in Detroit. What? Anybody? Did you see we lost to your Cardinals last night?
No, I didn't. We
lost.
I got the update. I didn't watch.
I didn't watch baseball last night. I watched basketball all day.
That's what you do.
I was here late doing some other extracurriculars, and so I got home at the time, just in time to watch Hornets.
There you go. Also a great game.
Great little appetizer, but, we'll save the appetizer for later. We'll do this dinner in backwards course. Let's go to the main course. Your Blazers defeat the Phoenix Suns 114-110. A fun little game,
Great
dare
game.
I say. The juice was in the house. I think we talked yesterday. How does this game start off? This game started off a little bit of a street fight. A little bit of a let's see what each other's going to do. I saw in the first half, I was really, really worried about a man named Devin Booker. He looked really, really good in the first half. And I was also kind of box score checking while watching the game, and I was like, Denny's scoring. He's getting to the hoop, but he's not getting the foul calls. Like, that was the question I had yesterday. Now I think that eventually caught up, and he got to the line as many times as he did. But what a tale of two halves for me, because I felt Scoot was pretty solid in the first half, kind of pretty MIA in the second half, and we'll get to the kids in a moment. I was a little concerned at the end of the first half that this was going to get away from the Blazers, and I was very, very wrong.
They closed the gap at halftime, and it was like, I think you saw a couple different spurts from them. Like, they came out a little shaky. Phoenix looked like they were going to build a little bit of a lead, and you're like, oh, this isn't going to look good. And then they closed the first quarter on a nice little run, and you're like, okay, they woke up, they figured it out. And this is 3 games in a row where games that mattered, Denny Avia said, let's go. Let's go. And he was stronger in the first quarter against LA and against the Kings. You saw Drew knock down a couple threes in the first quarter that kind of settle down, boys, settle down. We got this. We're good. But after that, Denny said, "Hop on my back." He said, "Let's make sure that we're doing things," because Denny finishes with 41, 4 in the first quarter, so 37 the final 3 quarters.
And I think that's something that, for the first time, I know some guys were on minutes restrictions, but for the first time this season, everyone was available. And you saw, I think the Blazers last night knew what their bread and butter was, whether they'd been able to use it all season or not. They knew what their bread and butter was, and they were able to rely on it. Toumani Camara was excellent defensively. Drew Holiday was the point guard you signed him for, or you traded him for. And Denny was the guy that needed to carry the weight, because we'll get to the kids later too. They didn't have great games. You could tell that the vets showed up, and Jeremy Grant down the stretch was unbelievable. And maybe that's what it takes to show. And I know that I've been a little critical on them, that I don't think getting your teeth kicked in is very good, but a win like that might be good for the kids. But to your point, Denny did what Denny needed to do. And that is what Denny's role is on this team. And Drew Holiday kind of said it in the postgame on the court. They were interviewing him. He was like, Denny did what he had to do, and we're all thankful for it.
And that's the thing I take out of this game. It's just 3 straight games where Denny has been a monster. When the lights are the brightest, he has shown up. 41, 12, and 7. If you are still sitting out there going, I don't know what to tell you.
I think some of that I don't know is, for me, we've talked about this. For me, I want him to be a little better of a distance shooter. If we want to say the back, I'm okay with that, and we'll see what that looks like next year. I also think some of it is just the downhill. I think people get ginchy about that being your number one option is just to the basket.
Why? Giannis is an MVP multiple times being that guy. LeBron James was a multiple-time MVP being that guy. Luka Doncic has been a scoring monster being that guy. SGA has been an MVP and a monster getting to the...
Well, SGA has a mid-range game too, though.
Charles Barkley.
You want to talk about Steph Curry and James Harden are the only distance shooters, the only volume 3-point shooters that have ever been MVP caliber guys that get to the rim. Because in the playoffs, you know what matters? It's getting to the rim.
Sure.
If you can get to the rim no matter what, Russell Westbrook can't shoot to save his life.
That is a fact.
Gets to the rim.
To your point, a first ballot Hall of Famer.
If everybody's gearing up to stop you because they know you go to the rim, you lead the league in drives per 36. Before Denny got hurt, he was so far and above everyone else in drives per game and total drives. It's Giannis. Everyone looks at Giannis. Oh, he's got no bag. And
Stop it.
In two steps, I can get to the rim and yam on you.
Giannis is also a physical specimen, unlike any we've ever seen.
But
and I'm not trying to hate on Denny. Don't take it that way. I think I'm just trying to explain why I think some people are like, I'm not sure yet.
I don't know why you can't be sure, though, now. He's done this now for, 14 months? Here's the list, because I really want to drive this point home. In the three-point era, so it's since the introduction of the three-point line, okay, you've got 40-plus years of basketball with the three-point line. These are the players who have averaged 24, 6, and 6 in a season. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Larry Bird, James Harden, Michael Jordan, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Cade Cunningham, Jason Tatum, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Julius Randle, Gary Payton, Clyde Drexler, and Denny Avdia. Julius Randle is the only guy on that list that is not a dyed-in-the-wool, first ballot, certified top 75 player of all time.
He is multiple-time All-Star, though.
Yes, a really good player. So, if I give you 16 guys and only one of those guys on that list is not a top 75 player of all time, this is not you have to cut and slice. It's no, this is a list of dudes. That you don't this whole he's a foul baiter. You know how you get fouls? You know how you get free throws? Is you get to the rim relentlessly. You say, I don't care what your defense is doing. I am going to get there regardless. And beyond that, the 41 is unbelievable. Guess what else he had last night? 12 assists.
And 7 boards.
And 2 blocks.
Kid was all over the place.
That is a dude. And if you want to say, okay, he's not a top 5 player, fine. But neither was Damian Lillard.
We also, our list of top 5 players is 11 or 12 people long.
Look.
Just saying, the goalposts move on that.
Yes.
To your credit,
it rotates on them.
Yeah, the goalposts move on that all the time.
For my money, Denny Avdia has been a top 15 player in the NBA this year.
100%.
And the only time this franchise has had players of that ilk are Damian Lillard, Clyde Drexler, and Bill Walton.
Can I have concerns about only to the right and not enough to the left? Can I have concerns about shooting from 3-point?
Here's about the thing about driving to the right.
Because I think some guys like Luka, who can go to the hoop relentlessly, similar to Denny, he can also shoot the rock from anywhere. And again, it's not fair to say, well, why don't you just be Luka Doncic?
Why don't you want to be one of the 5 best scorers in the history of the league?
Totally, I understand that. I think that's when I say that's what I want more is can you rise to a level of Luka?
Sure, I would love for Denny Avdia to be one of the 5 best scorers in the history of the league.
I would very much like
that
as well.
That's a warped sense of reality, though. Sitting there and looking at it, it's he's not one of those. My bad, he's not a top 75 player of all time. He's not one of the best scorers the game has ever seen. But you know what he is? He's a dude. He is a certified dude. And this whole we're missing the forest for the trees, man. That's what we're doing. You ask a guy to be a guy, and what does he do? He shows up and does dude things when the lights are the brightest.
Was last night worth not having a draft pick?
I think if you go around and you look at the reactions of everybody in this city and everybody in this fan base, yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I'll stand by what I said, but I feel like I'm eating crow a little bit today with how excited everybody is, the juice going around, at least in my circles.
Is there going to be some FOMO on lottery night and draft night?
Sure. Yeah, there will be, especially if somebody gets a value pick there. There'll definitely be some FOMO, but you really want to get in this draft? You have assets to get in this draft. If you really want to. But yes, to the question, it was asked on the YouTube, was that worth a draft pick? I think a majority of fans, and I heard Dirt talking about it this morning this way too, it's just it's really nice to have won a meaningful basketball game and ensure that you are going to play more meaningful basketball games. And if for you, that's worth it, Then I'm happy for you. Look, I was stoked. I'm watching in front of my TV. Jeremy hits a shot late in the game, and I'm going, yes! And you're kind of like, wait a sec, bud. I thought you wanted them to lose. And here you are pumping your fist. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged.
Basketball that matters.
Yeah, and let's talk about Jeremy Grant, because I think he deserves a little bit of flowers too, especially late in that game. We'll walk through the late part of that game and how the Blazers persevered on that. A lot more to get to. We got a long show to go through, so stick with us. There's Casey over there with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are headed to the playoffs. Blazers defeated the Phoenix Suns 114-110 last night to clinch the 7th seed in the Western Conference, punching their ticket to a first-round matchup against the 2-seed San Antonio Spurs. Denny Avia, he led the way in last night's contest as he posted 41 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, clinching the game with a strong finishing layup with 16 seconds remaining to become the 5th player ever to score 40 or more in a play-in game. The Suns, they will now host the winner of Wednesday's Clippers-Warriors matchup on Friday to determine who will earn the 8th seed and face the top-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Some MLB news for you, as the Detroit Tigers have reached an agreement with rookie infielder Kevin McGonigal on an 8-year, $150 million extension, the maximum value of $160 with incentives. McGonigal, at age 21, became the youngest Tigers player named to an opening day roster since Omar Infante back in 2003. And mark your calendars, folks, because we are just 8 days away from the 2026 NFL Draft. Ahead of the draft, the New York Giants and star defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence, they have engaged in potential trade talks after they have reached an impasse on extension conversations. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football.
Sorry about that. I'm just dying over here.
I say, goodness, you okay?
No, I'm not. We're playing hurt today. Speaking of today, it's Jackie Robinson Day. I had no idea.
There you go.
Didn't even realize it.
Oh, no way, baseball getting it wrong.
Dude, they're so good at marketing a bunch of other stuff, and then they're like, oh, right, it's Jackie Robinson Day. They do the same thing with Lou Gehrig Day. You know, ALS is near and dear to my heart. It's like June 1st, I think it is. And they're like, oh, yeah, right, it's Lou Gehrig Day.
Again,
awareness.
It's the day he made his MLB debut.
I know. It's like a home run. It's easy.
42 is such a great number, too.
It's Jackie. 1947, Rookie of the Year. Jackie.
Basketball?
That's right. I was getting shiny objected over here.
Mm-hmm.
Talked a little bit about Denny. There's a lot more to go through with Denny. We've got a lot more to get to throughout the day, but I'd like to give a massive shout out to, dare I say, if this player doesn't do the things he does, I don't know if the Blazers win that game despite getting 41 from Denny Avia, and that is one Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant, for a guy who we didn't expect to play, congratulations on your first game in April as a Trailblazer.
There you go.
Jeremy Grant was the reason I think we won this game. Well, maybe that's not. He is.
Ooh, a we in there.
Oh, yeah.
Look
Dude,
at
I'm a Blazer
you.
fan. Yeah, I'm from this city, man, dude. I got some Pacer love in me, but I adopted the Blazers in 97 as my home team. But Jeremy Grant, Denny is great, and I don't want to take away from Denny's performance, but Jeremy Grant down the stretch, the couple clutch shots he made,
Threes.
that defensive poke, if you want to call it a poke, he might not have been the reason the Blazers won that game, but he was the cement at the end of it. And I didn't expect him to play at all. We talked on the show yesterday.
It's going to us.
And I've said this for weeks. I'm like, shut him down. Jeremy's way too valuable to risk that calf out there. Like I'm watching Liverpool yesterday, and Hugo Ekitike tears his Achilles, and you're like, there goes that.
Yep.
Didn't need that happen for the kid. Now he doesn't get to play in the World Cup. That's kind of how I looked at it with Jeremy Grant. But last night, Jeremy came in and was put the Blazers over the edge, I thought, in that game late.
Jeremy was great. You saw, even with minutes restrictions, where Thiago leaned. Look at the minutes last night. Drew 38, Denny 38, 36, Donovan 28. Shea played basically to his minutes limit at 21. Jeremy played 19. Off the bench cold, off a calf injury. Jeremy plays 19 minutes.
With 16 points, 2 boards. A steal and a block.
And defensively, go back and watch the last few possessions. Guess who's on Devin Booker?
It was Jeremy Grant. And that's the interesting thing, too, from a Suns side of this aspect. Devin Booker was cooking. And then
that first half.
And then went into the witness protection agency. And that was a mixture of Tumani and Jeremy at
Drew.
times and Drew.
Yep.
And that was the solid thing to lock him up. And Dylan Brooks looked lost out there. Like, I don't know who to cover. I don't know what's going on. And that's where that intensity came from. And we talked about this before the show as we were getting ready to prep, Danny. The pros were the pros last night. And cold, to your point, cold off the bench on a minutes restriction, hasn't played in weeks. And Jeremy Grant was like, I am a pro. I will show you how to do this.
I'm going to go be a dude.
And we'll talk about the kids here in a moment, but that's maybe the playoff experience that I can get behind, okay? I have a hard time, and I still will have a hard time, and we'll look ahead at the Spurs later on in the show. I still have a hard time thinking losing in 4 games of blowouts is a good experience. However, in a game like that last night, what those vets showed us fans, us talking heads, and the other players on that team is that's how you win important basketball games. Because if you listen to the broadcast, if you read anything nationally published, ain't nobody giving the Trailblazers, I can't tell you how many times I heard Trailblazers last night for the first time in a million years, how they were going to lose this game.
Everybody picked the Suns.
Everybody picked the Suns, but we saw yesterday in Vegas, spread was 4.5, and by the time we got off the air, it was 2.5.
Yep.
Like, that thing got bet down.
Real quick. And, I think that was because Grayson Allen was circulating. He wasn't going to play. Vegas is always going to be ahead of that. But, again, Grayson Allen not playing, that ended up being probably probably the swing in this game, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not taking away from the Blazers, but not having another 3-point threat out there and a guy who's really kind of been a pain in the butt for Portland. But it allowed you to really focus on Book and be like, hey, we know how good he is, but we're going to make him work. And you got a Jalen Green show. Yeah, Jalen scored, but he 27 or 28 shots. How many did he finish? 29. Finished with 29 shots.
That's chucking, dude.
It's like he had 35, but yeah, he had 29 shots. So
because Book couldn't do anything in the second half.
No, and they said the thing about Jalen Green is, and that always has been tantalizing about him, is that he is capable of going full nuclear, but he's also very capable of just shooting you out of every single game. But
which he kind of did.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He can get hot and he can get cold, and that's the thing about him. And he hit some shots where it seemed like he just threw it to the rim, but kept them right there. And
there's a reason Houston wanted to get rid of him really badly.
Oh yeah, I mean it's never been a talent thing. It's always been an IQ feel thing. That's the thing. His talent's otherworldly. He's another one of the Ignite guys. It's just like talent there, but what do you have beyond that?
I have my issues with this team's roster construction that I've lamented about, but that's why I could never get on the train of some fans, listeners about Drew and Jeremy shouldn't be on this team.
Yep.
Now,
Just play the kids.
If the Blazers didn't have that draft capital from the Bucks, I could definitely sit here and tell you should move them to get some more draft assets because they're not the long-term answer. But if you want to know why Jeremy Grant and Drew Holiday are on this team right now, go watch last night's basketball game. Because without those two, they don't win that game.
No.
Even if Denny has 50, they don't win that game without those two guys.
No, you had guys, pros being pros in the moments that mattered. Two struggled offensively. I thought he was great defensively. He had hands in passing lanes like crazy, drew a couple off offensive fouls.
And I think that's what concerns me sometimes in the roster construction is that Tumani needs to be able to shoot. And if he has off nights, who's going to pick that up? And dare I say, in the 19 minutes he played, that is my favorite, without a doubt, Jeremy Grant performance of his tenure at Portland.
I mean, it's the one that mattered the most in the sense of like
I
game
loved
stakes.
watching him last night.
No.
Not that I don't like watching him, but last night I was glued to him. And part of that I think is because I didn't expect him to play. And I was like, ooh, nice little bonus. Whoa, he's hitting shots. Whoa, he's playing defense. Whoa, what is going? Oh my God, we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
I turned into a fan last night because of Jeremy Grant.
Because not only that, you turned into a fan because the games had stakes. Mm-hmm. That was the difference. And I'm going to push back on two a little bit. If he hits one more three, and he goes 3 of 7 and 4 of 9 from the field, your mind shifts. It's 1-3. 1-3 changes the entire outlook. Then two's got 11 points. He's got 4 steals. He's got 4 boards. You're like, yeah, he did a great job on Booker.
Fair.
He shot just under 50% from 3. Yeah, he left some shots, but
I can listen to that margin.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes we get so lost. Oh, he was 2 for 7. I'm like, if it was 3 for 7, you would look at that and be like, it was a perfectly fine night. You have to just kind of take the holistic approach with those kind of things. It's like the guy that swung the game last night was Jeremy. Because if you don't have him, you lose.
Even if Denny had 50, because as we were talking before, Denny left some meat on them bones.
And
8 of 13 from
Donovan
the line.
gave you nothing offensively.
And let's go there. Let's talk about the kids, all right? We've talked about the playoff experience and what's good for them. Just play the kids. Get rid of Jeremy and Drew out of the mystery box. And I've been guilty of a little bit of a mystery box, and I really wanted to see what they had to look like last night. Text in your thoughts, 503-864-6326, or over on the YouTubes, Shaden, Scoot, Donovan. That's the trio I'm talking about. We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan. We'll take a little palate cleanser a little bit in the 11 o'clock hour. We got an update on Diana Rossini, and there's a giant meeting going on in New York today that's got a lot of people thinking about the bad guys finally getting what's coming to them. But we are going to spend, and we'll have web gems as well, but we'll stick in the Blazers here for a little bit. At the top of the 11 o'clock hour, I'd love to have a conversation with you, Danny, about Tiago Splitter and the performance he had last night, plus play a little bit of audio for you. But we just waxed poetically, about the vets on this team, Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday. Rob Will had a really nice game last night. He is just one of those dudes you throw out there and never look at a box score and just understand his importance out there. And obviously we talked about Denny. I want to slide over to the kids. And by the kids, I say Scoot, Shaden, and Donovan. And this text on the fan text line, 503-864-6326. Disappointed Scoot got pulled so quickly. He was playing some great defense. And that's where I'm going to kind of push back on this. I think that it was very clear to me from a Scoot Henderson standpoint that Scoot started to become a little bit of a liability out there, in my opinion.
On both ends of the floor.
Both ends of the floor. You can have some nice defensive shifts.
Possessions even.
But unless you're Tumani Kamara, I'm going to need some more from you. Yeah. And I think Scoot really, really struggled last night. Because, look, take Donovan, for example. Offensively, we kind of talked about this yesterday. He's had issues with Phoenix offensively, but he still did okay on the glass and served a purpose. The big body down there protected the rim. So his box score, again, don't just box scores hunt. His box score isn't going to look great for you, but I thought Donovan was solid.
He murdered them on the offensive glass. 6 offensive rebounds, that's yeoman's work.
Now, here comes Shaden Sharp. Shaden is, if you want to know whether it's our show, the morning show, prime time, national coverage, the Oregonian, Blazers Edge, whoever you want to talk about covers this team. This is why Shaden Sharp is so damn polarizing. There were moments last night, I loved Shaden Sharp. There were some moments last night that a lot to be desired, that maybe the lights were on a little too big.
I thought Tiago did a really good job as far as pulling strings. We talk about coaching all the time, and if you ever want to know what a coach's feel is, how they're what they think, what they believe, look at the minutes.
That will always tell you.
Shay's got a little bit of a minutes restriction still, and I thought for the most part Shay was good offensively, defensively C+. Fine, didn't get hunted mercilessly, acquitted himself. I thought Scoot had one really good shift, and I thought he had one really bad shift, and it was one of those things where it's yeah, he's a little amped up. He's a little all over the place kind of a deal. So, again, Scoot plays 17 minutes. 17-15. Tells you everything you need to know. Why? Because you go, well, Drew didn't shoot well. He was 7 of 18. I'm like, yeah, he's 4 of 11 from 3. And defensively, the gap between him and Scoot is a canyon.
And I am okay with, this is what I just said in a comparison to Tumani Kamara. If Drew's having a rough offensive night, I'm okay with that because he's Drew freaking Holiday. And what he brings to you from a point guard mind and a defensive point guard mind is untouchable. Scoot doesn't have that yet.
No.
Now, he might. I don't know if he will, personally. I don't think I see it. And it could show. Kid's still young. But that's...
the whole idea of pulling... I wanted Scoot to play... This is a one-possession game.
Yes. The whole way through.
So where did you lean?
On what you could trust.
And that's not just Tiago. That's not just Chauncey. That's not just Terry. That's Eric Spoelstra. That's Mitch Johnson. That's Mark Dagnall. That's Mike Brown. Find me a coach. You want to see what they truly believe every single time? Who they trust? Look at the minutes. That's not going to lie. And the whole, well, I think he was doing this. I tell you right now, coaching staff didn't. Coaching staff was not playing You want to talk about playing with fire? It's a one possession game.
I don't know if I can play with that fire.
You're just not going. I want to see this. They want to win, and this isn't to bury Scoot. It's the whole idea of well, he needs the experience. He needs to be better. You get experience when you're better. That's how this works. If you want to look at every playoff game, every series ever, when a series swings, it's a role player who's supposed to play 12 to 15 minutes who plays 22 to 25. Why? Because a coach looks over and goes, this guy's got something tonight. I'm going to ride him a little bit longer. That swings a game.
Or a guy that plays 19 minutes coming off of an injury that we haven't seen and hits 2 very clutch threes that shrink the game and, again, made the victory for the Blazers.
Yes.
And I think when you talk about pulling the strings, I thought Tiago did a really good job with that with Shea last night.
Yeah.
There were some moments that Shaden was really, really good.
Yeah.
He had some sparks. This texter's pointing out his spark in the first half.
Yep.
Really kind of helped them with that. You can see the athleticism out there on the field, out there on the court. And I think Shaden, because look, Donovan doesn't play like a second-year player anymore. He just doesn't. He kind of makes some mistakes at times, and offensively his game isn't always there. But Donovan Clingan does not play like a second-year player to me.
And
he seems more experienced than a Shaden or a Scoot have been in the league. Shaden's been in the league 2 years longer than him. So Donovan gets, and maybe that's my bias coming in. I give him a little bit of a pass. He is a bona fide starter in the NBA.
You have to look at what the ask is. Mm-hmm. How does a player fulfill the ask?
And I think Shaden fulfilled the ask very well and the ask might have been as simple as find your bucket when you can and don't screw this up.
Yep.
And if that's...
And in the first half, he's 2 of 3 from 3. 3 of 4 from the field. Like he did the thing when they needed it to get the little burst, to get the little oomph that they needed.
And with 3 minutes left, he's the one who made the pass to Jeremy Grant in the corner.
Yep.
He also played some okay defense in the second half, too.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally passable. He got hunted a few times, but I thought the Blazers' defensive scheme, how they went about things and where they helped and when they helped, like you're just going to live with Jalen Green jacking some pretty crazy shots and hitting them. But everybody else, you're like, no, we're going to stay home.
Yep. And then Dylan Brooks fouled out. And
God, that look on his face.
You clearly shut down Devin Booker, and Phoenix ran out of options.
And Devin Booker was in foul trouble too, so he wasn't necessarily a defensive asset for Phoenix.
So now to your point about one possession ball games, now you are sitting in a world where you cannot screw this up. And I'm even talking about an ish bad shot. No. Don't even do that.
Look at who the closing lineup was defensively. Drew, Tease, 2, Chris, Jeremy. It's your 5 best defenders.
Mm-hmm. You didn't even have Donovan on the floor.
You said we're going to switch everything. We're going to switch everything. If we need to, we're going to blitz. We're going to get the ball out of Devin Booker's hands. Like I thought Thiago did a really good job of like the late game substitution patterns, what he was going for, and the looks they were trying to take away, and who they were trying to force to have the action. I thought Thiago did a great job. And again, look at who guys trust. Like was Tease's offensive impact huge? No, but who does he go to at the end of the game?
I want to read some of your thoughts here. Eric on the YouTube, I love the defense players came in and nailed down the win. To your point, that last 5.
Chris played 12 minutes, was a +10, and you know what he did? 0 points, 3 boards, 3 assists.
Because it was when we needed. Yeah, I was just about to read. Someone else said that too. What else do we got here? The kids learn both from watching the vets and their own failures. Last night's game was huge for their confidence and making leaps forward to play winning basketball more consistently. The Spurs series is just as important. And we'll talk about the Spurs in the Big Nooner looking ahead of that because...
Speaking of Donovan, welcome to school.
I also think that the Blazers' youth and lack of playoffs is very different than Steph Castle and Victor Wembanyama's lack of playoff basketball, but we'll go there at some point. I think there is a point. And so the next question will be, in the next game, has Shaden learned his role on the team this year? Or has Thiago learned his role on the team this year? And if Scoot does have that other opportunity to start in, say, game 1 against the Spurs, what does that look like? Can you learn on the fly? Because I don't want this to be like, we'll learn in the offseason.
That's the interesting
I want
question.
you learning on the fly.
With Jeremy back, does Scoot start?
Doubtful, unless Jeremy can't go the whole time, because you might want to still bring him off the bench. Yeah. So we'll see about that. But let's talk about Thiago, okay? I think Thiago won a lot of hearts last night, but is it enough to win the heart of yo boss? Loaded hour number 2. Stick with us. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
Are you having sleep issues?
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are headed to the playoffs. Blazers defeated the Phoenix Suns 114-110 last night to clinch the 7th seed in the Western Conference and punching their ticket to the first-round matchup against the 2-seed San Antonio Spurs. Denny Avia, he led the way in last night's contest as he posted 41 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, clinching the game with a strong finishing layup with 16 seconds remaining to become the 5th player ever to score 40 or more points in a play-in game. The Suns, they will now host the winner of Wednesday's Clippers-Warriors matchup on Friday to determine who will earn the 8th seed and face the top-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Some MLB news for you, as the Detroit Tigers have agreed reached an agreement with rookie infielder Kevin McGonigal on an 8-year, $150 million extension with a maximum value of $160 million with incentives. McGonigal, at age 21, becomes the youngest Tigers player named to an opening day roster since Omar Infante back in 2003. And mark your calendars, folks, because we are just 8 days away from the 2026 NFL Draft. Ahead of the draft in Pittsburgh, the New York Giants and star defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence have engaged in potential trade talks after reaching an impasse on extension conversations this week. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.co.
The home of prime time with
Hour number deuce here. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that, The Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, and wherever you get your podcasts. If you missed the Sunrise guys, they had their thoughts and opinions on the Blazer game last night. You can check that out wherever you get your podcasts. Primetime will do the same this afternoon, I assume. I don't know how much Luke will talk about the Blazer game, but I'll leave that up to him. You can check him at 2 o'clock as well. Rewind, fast forward, except for in the future, for that would be impossible. And real quick, Danny, before we get to Tiago Splitter, I just want to read, this is something you and I were talking about in the break, and I want to read 2 texts right now on the text line, 503-864-6326. Scoot needs to get 7 to 8 assists a game to stay on the court more in these situations. Now, that's text 1. A different person texts in, Tumani had one of the worst passes I've ever seen that should have lost them the game. If that were Scoot, you guys would be railing on him. Both of these texts, I believe, are 100% correct. If Scoot were able to get to a point where he could have 7 to 8 more assists a game, then he would get a lot more leash from me because the ask would be a lot different of Scoot. Right now, the ask is not being answered.
What is the ask of Scoot right now? Because I don't think you can.
I don't know that answer.
And that's because if you've looked over the last month,
it's not shooting.
Well, the thing is, he's become more of a scorer and less of a facilitator.
And I thought the whole
they've simplified it when he is supposed to be a creator. But the problem is his consistency in creation for others is lacking.
And when you flip that on its head to this other text with Tumani Kamara, yes, that pass was terrible. And I'm sitting there going, "Oh, Tumani, you want that back?" And if it is Scoot, I am losing my mind because what's the ask of Tumani Kamara? The sky.
Yes.
Guard
everything.
The best defender every single time that you're on the court.
Play 40 minutes a night and do whatever it takes.
Cover all of the ground.
So
work your butt off entire game.
If Tumani Kamara has a bad pass late in the game, hell, if it cost him, I'd been like, damn, Tumani wishes he had that back. Yeah. I wouldn't have killed him. No, I would have freaked out if it was Scoot, though.
It's what the ask is. That's the thing. It's like people get so pigeonholed, like it's so tribal about this is my guy, whether it's Shaden or Scoot or whoever.
Shaden's my guy. Easy, sir.
Yeah, it's just like it's so tiresome. It's like, well, you hold this guy to a different standard. Yes, I do.
Players.
I hold my children to different standards. You know why? Because some of them need different standards.
Like it's like we'll use Denny. We don't sit here and go, oh my God, Denny had 30 and 7 and 6. Oh my God. Denny had 37 and 6. You know what? He left some meat on the bone.
Yeah.
It's like, because the standard is the freaking moon.
If you have a sibling out there, you're going to tell me that your parents treated you equally your entire life. That ain't going to happen.
Donovan Clingan, when he has a night like this, like, well, he led the league in offensive rebounding. Yeah, he was great on the offensive glass. He was dog water offensively.
Yeah.
Because
and I still need him to be better on the defensive glass.
The ask is better.
But hey, I know what the ask is of Donovan Clingan.
But the bar is higher. That's not a slight on somebody. Right now, you don't know what Scoot's ask is. Like Shaden, was he good in the first half and knocked down the shots he needed to take and aggressive in the moments he needed to be? Yeah, but also defensively he was kind of meh. And his creation and where else he got involved was missing. The ask of if you're paying Shaden Sharp to go out there and play, I'm going to give him more leash because he's still coming back off of missing 25 freaking games. But if he's fully healthy, the ask of Jeremy Grant. Everybody's sitting here going, Jeremy was that dude last night. Jeremy was that dude last night. Why? Because the ask of Jeremy Grant is that of a $30 million a year player.
It is. It was.
And guess what he did? He went out there and did $30 million a year guy.
And it's crazy, too, because I didn't think he was even going to play, as we've mentioned. And he walked out there, and I was like, wow, Jeremy's going to give this a go. Okay, I don't know if I like this. And I got done at the end of the game. And like I said last hour, and we'll say again, Jeremy's the reason we won that game last night. Jeremy made me a fan last night. And I try to be as non-biased and just as professional as possible. Like, Jeremy makes me say we today because I was like, I'm in with that.
And that's things. Look, I don't want Scoot to not be good. Like, people think like, I hate Scoot or I hate Shaden or I hate insert.
Well, you definitely hate Shaden.
Well, no, it's insert your player, your favorite player here. Throw on your cape.
Right.
Number one, fine, go do that. But take a step back for 1 second and ask yourself your favorite player. What's the ask? Oh, it's the coach's fault. He's not playing him. No. It's the player's fault. It'll always be the player's fault. Because in the limited minutes you get, if you go out and perform, you know what'll happen? If that coach doesn't play you, he'll get fired.
Yep. My favorite players are Donovan Clingan and Drew Holiday. And Donovan had a couple poo-poo games at the end of the season. I can be real with myself about that. You know, Drew Holiday has a rough night offensively. I can be real with myself on that and not just pander to the thought of like Drew can do no evil.
I'll give you a player.
Look, I respect Drew Holiday heavily, and if he were listening to this show right now, I'd be like, Drew, last night offensively, there was some more to be desired, but boy, we're never here without you. And I think he could listen to that and say, yeah, you're right. I should have been a little better offensively, but I'm also one of the best point guards defensively and mind-wise in the history of the NBA. Yeah.
Give you a current player example as far as like, well, so many players and the players just go on and be better. It's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Go look at the history of the Blazers of the last 20 years of guys that have gone somewhere else and how successful they've been. It's the coach's fault. It's the coach's fault. Blah, blah. I'll give you the one where there is one. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's going to probably win Most Improved Player.
Okay.
He was very good for the Hawks. Guess how many teams he had to be on before it worked out for him?
4 or 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole, you know what happened? It wasn't that an organization finally believed in him. Is that he started performing. That's
Harkless.
What happened.
Remember Mo Harkless?
Yes.
I loved Mo. Couldn't figure it out.
Mo drove me crazy.
Couldn't figure it out.
He didn't care.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Then when he left the Blazers, he was out of the league.
Yes. Like, this whole idea, and this isn't like just
still going back to Delano Banton.
It isn't a Blazer-specific thing.
Will
it's like,
Barton.
It's one of those things where...
Shout out Will the Thrill.
Will the Thrill.
Will's a great dude.
Gary Trent Jr.
And you got a better player in Norm.
Dude, Gary Trent Jr. is up for like least valuable player in the league this year.
Darrell Wright.
Hey, don't ever say anything sideways about D. Wright.
Oh, he's one of
the
favorite shooters that's ever walked in
that's
that
a
room.
GOAT locker room guy. D. Wright's one of them guys. But this whole idea of like it's the coach, it's this, it's that, the other. Take a step back. It's the player. It's the player. If they're good enough, if they meet the standard, if they clear the bar, they play. That's what people don't want to accept. They don't want to recognize. They don't want to, because then it's their favorite player or the thing that the shiny thing that they like is actually the issue.
And I think that's why, I think you could argue a little bit of that with Denny though too sometimes. Like, I don't know if I necessarily agree with this texter, but their point is, how do you facilitate when Denny has the ball 99% of the time?
Why does he have the ball 99% of the time?
Well, I'm just saying like
no, there's no just saying here. That
Well, I
Who
think
delivers?
Understood that Denny delivers. But we just talked about last night, if Jeremy Grant doesn't have the performance he does, the Blazers don't win that game even if Denny has 50. And that is because at the end of the game, the ball needed to be facilitated. And the ball was facilitated.
How many assists did Denny have last night?
12.
Okay.
Ball got facilitated at the end. And maybe that's the fear that some people have with Denny as the guy, is that it's not enough creation for everybody else.
Scoot Henderson's assist percentage this year?
2.3.
No, it's not that low. Scoot Henderson's it's actually funny. You missed it by a decimal point. 23.2. That puts him in the 23rd percentile for point guards.
It's not enough.
Denny Avia's assist rate is 31.5%. That puts him in the 96th percentile.
That is enough.
That's why Denny Avia has the ball. This whole well, if he just had if he was delivering, he would have the ball.
What would you say?
Everybody. That's the thing is the whole idea of well, he just needs this. Go do the thing, and you will get more of the thing. That is the most simple, basic element of sports.
Ball going hoop. We talk about that all the time.
Not in Denny's hand in the final moments. We are yelling at the screen. We are yelling.
Why is anybody else not running the offense right then and there?
I don't know if I feel that way. I'm okay with the ball in Drew's hand.
In that moment?
Yeah, I am.
When
the dude's got 40.
When he's got 38 at the moment?
Because I trust Drew would find him if he found him. Or find the better shot. I do. I'm being honest in that. And that's not a shot at Denny. I'm just saying that I agree. I understand what you guys are saying, that if you're losing your mind if Denny doesn't have the ball, especially when he's got 40 points. I get that. But there is one other guy on the team that I'm okay with.
Oh, no, you're going with the more trusted.
Yeah.
I'm going with traditional basketball of point guard. I trust that if Drew thinks the shot is his, he'll take it. But I also know Drew is looking for who has the best shot.
I also know that traditional basketball is also going to say, who's the guy who's got the hot hand?
Not just that.
Give it to him.
Danny's the point guard. Drew toggles off. He's an off-ball guard.
And that's why you talk about Dame being the one next year.
Yes. But the whole idea of Denny's usage rate, with Dame, you know what ends up happening is you have Denny going downhill. And you have Dame attacking on another side.
The spacing on the floor is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, and I saw a clip
Especially
earlier.
With Donovan too.
I saw a clip earlier highlighting the spacing that they got on that last play where Denny gets that finger roll and one. The number of actions they ran, and then for Denny to recognize what was going on, they loaded up. They run the brush screen with Tumani. He flares out. Shaden's in the strong side, and Denny goes, no. Take him away, go weak side. And they stack in the corner. And that pulls Dylan Brooks down to the low man. And that gives Denny on Royce O'Neal a lane to either side. He can attack either way. And guess what? The whole idea you talk about, you want him to go left. Malcolm Brogdon went right 90% of his career. And I've told this story before. I asked Malcolm about this. I'm the whole idea of everybody knows you're going right. How do you get back to go right? He goes, I need to go left once a game. And then all I need to do is I need to make you think about it for a split second because everyone knows where I want to go. It doesn't matter because once I get my shoulder in your chest, you're going where I take you. And that's the same way Denny Avia plays. Denny goes, I'm going to get to my right hand. And we talk about, Giannis being this freak. Denny is not that level of freak, but Denny is a freak. Denny is 6'9", 250 pounds, and he is strong as an ox.
I always forget how big he is.
He is a truck. Okay, Dylan Brooks is a big old boy, right? Royce O'Neal's a big old boy, and guess what he makes them both look like? Tiny. And he plays this whole he hunts fouls. He does. But you know what else he does? He runs dudes over.
Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, all those guys foul hunt. All of them do.
Yes.
I don't know why SGA always got this bad rap for it.
Well, it's because he does.
Because he's the best at it?
Well, no, it's the...
Also, James Harden with the travel step back that he get fouls called on him all the time.
The optics on the
dude,
SGA
everybody
ones
do
are
it.
Extension in the arms, not extension with
cool.
the body.
Karl Malone used to fade away and kick his leg out and drill dudes in the shins and get the call.
Yeah, but he took that same shot every time.
He did. He was really good at it.
He was really good at it.
I'm Karl Malone.
Yeah. But this whole idea of this guy should get their chance. Earn it.
I fully agree with
Earn
that.
it. And that's not like an anti-Scoot, anti-Shade, anti-young guy thing. We talked about this with Denny. Mm-hmm. Earn it. When we came into this season, with the months from the post-All-Star break into the season, was it real?
And if Denny
show it.
If Denny figures out a long-term shot, long-distance shot, you're looking at a top 10, top 5 player.
I wouldn't go that far, but Top 10, you can make the argument.
I would say that he won't even need to develop his three that much more because you have a Damian Lillard who's going to shoot the lights off of the ball every time that he's on the court.
Last thing I'll say about this, because I do want to get to Tiago. The last thing is that's what I kind of hope. What's your job? Is this Shea's job right now? Because if this is Shea's job, I kind of like this for Shaden.
Well, the funny thing, you want to talk
be
about,
athletic.
You want to talk
get
about
your shots when you need it.
You
Don't
want to
be
talk
a
about
defensive liability.
Usage rates?
Yeah.
Shaden Sharp this season finished in the 91st percentile in usage rates.
I kind of liked the Shaden Sharp I saw last night. That's the Shaden that I'm kind of like,
I see.
4 years, 90 mil.
Pockets
That's a tasty
explosive.
contract.
Don't need to do too much.
I want and I need more than that.
I know you do. I know you.
I need more.
And I understand.
I need more than just scoring.
I know you do.
I need you to impact the game.
Let's talk. Did this man save his job? 503-864-6326. Boy, he's become super lovable in this town. We'll get to Tiago Splitter next. 105.1 The Fan. Oh, these are always fun days. Thanks for being a part of our day, everybody. I feel a little extra, I don't know, a little extra juice in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, feels like everybody's all stoked about everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, turns out the city cares about basketball.
Turns out this city cares about basketball. When the basketball team is worth a D, then you listeners show up in force. And I, for one, thank you for it. I'm very appreciative. I'm glad that we can sit here and have discussions and open conversations about how we feel about things. Because it's testy. Your fandom's real. You're all about it. Dare I say, I talk about this a lot with Shaden Sharp. Like, he's such an enigma in this town when we talk about whether we like him, don't like him, what we love about him, what we hate about him, what we want from him. I don't know if I can remember a player more polarizing than Shaden Sharp, but we all have those opinions. And I can look at the text line. I can look at the YouTube, and it's like, Harris, you're an idiot. Harris, spot on, back to back. And it's not about me being right or me being wrong. That shows you the level of care. And I think one of the bigger things that I've seen in a while, too, is the level of care that some people have when it comes to Tiago Splitter. I have enjoyed Tiago quite a lot this year. I don't know where I live in Tiago's world. I'm about to find out. Last night taught me something.
That timeout, maybe 6 minutes left. A lot of game left. You guys just fought to the end. We had a chance, and we beat them. Staying in the game, and this is a playoff game. It's going to be runs. For them, for us, we just stay in the game. Composure. JG came in the end. Did a couple big trees there. Denny, awesome job carrying us. Great job all the way. Let's go. Hey. This is Dane. We on 3, together on 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6.
I don't know if he's got the job, but that was a nice little job interview last night. You talking about pulling strings, how you decided to pull the shoot on Scoop, but sprinkle Shaden around there. The way he used Jeremy Grant last night, I thought was fantastic. Now, player got to play. Ball got to go in hoop. Got to have that effort, defensive tenacity. I thought, as a job interview goes, last night, not a bad showing.
I like the game plan they came in with.
Mm-hmm.
I liked what they did. I liked what they did offensively. I liked what they did defensively. I liked how aggressive they were at times. I like how they pulled things back and sat things down and stayed in their shell. Was it a perfectly coached game? No. But I'm not walking out of that game going, I wish Tiago would have done this. I would like somebody saying, I wish, why did you pull Scoot? They made the right choice.
You got a first-year coach in Phoenix, correct?
Yeah, Jordan Knott.
Not a great game last night.
Nope.
Not a great game last night. So you want to know, experience when it comes to the kids on the court. There's also experience when you're a first-time head coach. And I thought Tiago, to your point, perfect? No, not at all. Better than the other guy? Big time.
Yep.
Big gap. And that shows you Tiago made a lot of friends last night, I think. Is Tom Dundon one? That I don't know. That might be the biggest question mark we have going into the offseason. But if I'm Tom Dundon, my eyes perk a little bit with Tiago last night. I mean, then we'll see how the Spurs series goes, and we'll talk about that in the Big Nooner. But last night, I'm feeling like, okay, all right, maybe there's something here.
We talked about this a couple days ago when the coaching rumors, guys, last week was early Hoop Summit, when I was able to kind of confirm everything with multiple sources. Tom Dunnon's out there dangling $1 million for the next head coach. It's
not a lot of money.
That's nothing. Your salary for a head coach in the NBA is $4 million. That's normal. I think Steve Kerr's making 14. If I remember right.
Steve Kerr's got 4 of them things.
But I'm saying that's a sizable gap.
It's a lot of money.
It's a sizable gap, right? This is part of.
I would also, for the record, never pay Steve Kerr $14 million.
Why?
I think Steve Kerr is a great coach. I think they had all-time rosters.
2-year, $35 million.
Yeah.
I think Kerr's a great coach. All-time rosters.
Yeah, but
Hall of Famers everywhere.
You know what you do when you print money?
Make money.
Yeah.
He's making about 17.5 a year.
Yeah. So I think 14 might have been his last deal. But yeah, there's the gap between 1 and 14 is 14. It's 14 times greater.
14 times greater.
Okay. Now, I don't believe that coaches have that kind of impact, but yeah, that's what coaches make. And this whole idea of I don't like the money balling of it all. If Dunnon's going to go around and go, well, I'll find somebody for $1 million. It's like, okay, then the basketball side better be. It better pop.
Well, then do you go find a guy like Budenholzer whose contract is still on the hook for Phoenix for, what is it, $20 million?
You're getting offset, yeah, but
Somebody else is paying the money you don't want to pay. Would you like a Mike Budenholzer in this town?
I mean, I like Bud, but
I like Bud a lot.
Then what are you going to do when his contract runs up? That's my thinking. You going to go cheap again? Like, this whole, like, I see Blazers fans like Taylor Jenkins, Michael Malone, Mike Budenholzer. Like,
boy, I'm so glad North Carolina took Mike Malone. I want nothing to do with that.
Well, I mean, you weren't ever going to have anything to do with that because you weren't going to pay to have it.
Even if I had my whatever I wanted, that's not the coach I want.
No. Again,
I think I'd rather have Doc Rivers. I said it. I said it.
You don't want to go that far.
I said it. I said it.
But, like, would Tiago take the job for $1 million? I don't know. He's not making that right now as an assistant.
Some thoughts right now for you, the text line and the YouTube. On the text line, I'd like to see Splitters stay, but I also understand you need to do your due diligence and see who fits the best. I think that's the most rational take. I think that's the take that we are all assuming is the route it's going to go.
Are you doing due diligence, though, if you're not willing to pay market rate for a coach?
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed. And that's this kind of point over here as well on the YouTubes from Panda. I can tell you right now, if you want to keep some of your players, you better bring one great coach. Bring in one great coach if you're not giving Tiago another year. And that might be where the locker room is as well. That if the locker room is full, and Danny, you're around that a lot more than I am, and speak for it if you want, and don't if you can. I understand. If that locker room is 100% sold on Tiago Splitter, you can still live in a world where you don't give Tiago Splitter that job, but you can't bring in a no-name.
Oh,
you can't bring in some cheap guy if it's not going to be Tiago Splitter.
You can and they could.
Well, you can and they could, but I don't think you should.
No. I'd be very interested to see what it looks like if Tiago gets to install everything and have a full off season and have a full understanding what the roster is going to be. And it's going to be his roster and everything that kind of goes into that. I would imagine if he gets the head coaching job that there would be some changes on the staff.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they'd be his guys, so to speak.
I mean, Tiago had a shot at the Spurs job.
Well, yes and no.
Spurs staff, at least.
Sure. He was there. Like, I like Tiago. Here's the thing. All of the things that you don't like about Tiago and this, that, and the other, guess what you're going to go ahead and go through next season if you get another first-time head coach? The same kinds of growing pains. They might be different. The whole, like, Mark Dagnall, great coach, all these things. Was he a great coach when they were bad?
No, he was not.
Was that what it
was?
was?
He might have been, but it was hard to say because they were so bad.
What's that come back to?
Well, I mean,
the players. But you go, like, it was like, well, he cut his teeth in the G League. And I'm like, yeah, and Tiago cut his teeth as an assistant coach on a title contending type teams.
And again, to your point, like you always say, it can always get worse.
Yes, you can end up with Adrian Griffin.
PJ Carlissimo.
Whoa, easy. Although, don't take PJ off radio. I got to hear that. I got to hear me on the radio.
Yeah,
when I listen to PJ Carlissimo, I'm like, damn, you could have been national, buddy.
But like this whole idea of like
he's like white guy Doc Rivers.
I hate it
basketball
so much when fans are like, it's the coach's fault. Now, if you're in the Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals, and a coach is like, if you want to make the argument that Doc blows clutch situations, fine, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you. But this whole idea of like, they're just a coach away. Who's been a coach away?
Nobody.
You've been a player away.
Yeah. And honestly, that's why I don't know if I'm in on Tiago or not. I like what I saw last night. I liked a lot of what I saw last night.
Did he push the right buttons?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what you're looking for in a coach. Like,
but also
Phil Jackson is looked at as the best coach in NBA history because he had number one great players, but
he's had 3 of the top 10 players of all time, including Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen.
But beyond that,
what do you want?
Well, he had at least 2 top 10 players.
I forgot. Right, Hater over there. Hater.
He's not a top 10 player. But
Kobe Bryant,
that,
more like Kobe White.
There you go. More than that, he managed the egos and he pushed the right buttons. He had great assistants.
Totally.
That were great scheme guys.
But he also has like literally some of the most famous names in the history of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, you have arguably the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. You have easily the most physically dominant player in the history of the game, Shaquille O'Neal. Congratulations.
And Kobe Bryant, who's Michael Jordan on steroids.
And Scottie Pippen.
But by the way,
and Rodman.
How did it go in New York?
Terrible.
Oh, weird.
What'd they have?
Charles Oakley.
And
Patrick Ewing.
No. Phil Jackson wasn't Phil there with some Carmelo Anthony action? Yeah, dude. Not pretty days. Not pretty days, buddy. You got to own that one.
But like it's again the whole can coaches make or break a season? Yes, because you can blow up a team with a bad coach.
Thiago earned the job. Thiago's the same to these players. He's earned a full year as a head coach. You know, if everybody else in the front office is going to get another year, you know, because again, I don't know what's going to happen with Joe and Dwayne and everybody in the higher ups. I'm not sure. I would assume the smart move is to bring them back for at least 1 year, observe, see what's going on, and then go from there. Why not be able to do that with Thiago?
I think he's more than earned the opportunity. Now, where that gets them, we'll see.
When we come back, let's take a little palate cleanser. You lost your job, but you're innocent. I don't know if it works that way. 105.1, that's Casey. He's got sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are headed to the playoffs. Blazers defeated the Phoenix Suns 114-110 last night to clinch the 7th seed in the Western Conference and punching their ticket to a first-round matchup against the 2-seed San Antonio Spurs. Denny Avia, he led the way in last night's contest as he posted 41 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, clinching the game with a strong finishing layup with 16 seconds remaining to become the 5th player ever to score 40 or more points in a play-in game. The Suns, they will now host the winner of Wednesday's Clippers-Warriors matchup on Friday to determine who will earn the 8th seed and face the top-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Some MLB news for you, as the Detroit Tigers have reached an agreement with rookie infielder Kevin McGonigal on an 8-year, $150 million extension with a maximum value of $160 million with incentives. McGonigal, at age 21, became the youngest Tigers player named to an opening day roster since Omar Infante back in 2003. And mark your calendars, folks, because we are just 8 days away from the 2026 NFL Draft. Ahead of the draft in Pittsburgh, the New York Giants and star defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence have engaged in potential trade talks after reaching an impasse on extension conversations. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher.
Little palate cleanser here. We've been talking a lot of Blazers. We'll move on for a moment. We will get back into them in the big nooner. We'll talk a little bit about that Hornets Heat game as well. Was it a dirty play? Yeah. I'll tell you that in the big nooner. And we'll look ahead a little bit to the Spurs series and what we've learned from this and, you know, how that we'll have all week to talk about that as game one will be on Sunday in San Antonio. And Danny is contemplating whether or not he should attend that. If you want to, you should.
What, go to San Antonio?
Hell yeah,
no,
dude.
I'm not going to go.
You love Texas.
I do.
You may never come back.
And I do love San Antonio.
You may never come back if you go.
The big women on the Riverwalk, as Charles Barkley likes to say.
That dirty-ass water, Galveston, Texas. I've never been to Galveston.
I mean, Galveston is dirty.
Yeah. What makes it dirty?
It's oil.
Oh, it's like an oil town?
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Let's take a pause here from basketball for a moment. You know, I respect journalists, and I think the number one thing that journalists should know, that if you are trying to claim innocence and then you quit your job as the information starts coming in, I think that would deductive reasoning tell you you might be guilty. Diana Rossini resigned her post at The Athletic. You have her resignation letter up in front of you, Danny?
I do.
There's a couple nuggets in there that are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to skip the first two paragraphs. Other than she says, and I have nothing to add publicly to what I've said.
The last three paragraphs are the meat of it all.
Yeah, this is where it's at. So she kind of says, the page 6 article, blah, blah. She says, rather than allowing this to continue, I've decided to step aside now before my current contract expires on June 30th. I do so not because I accept the narrative that's been constructed around this episode, but because I refuse to lend it further oxygen or to let it define me or my career. Over a career spanning more than 15 years in sports journalism at NBC, ESPN, and The Athletic, I've built a body of work I am proud of. I have broken stories, earned the trust of sources across the league, and been guided by the highest of standards of professional conduct. That record speaks for itself. I remain grateful to The Athletic and the extraordinary colleagues with whom I have worked there for the platform it provided and for the support you've showed me during this difficult time. I wish you nothing but continued success. Sincerely, Diana Rossini. What that doesn't say is, oops.
It's pretty crazy. Look, I think a court of law could prove it, and I don't want to say anybody's guilty per se, but this looks pretty obvious of like, you done stepped in it. And it's fascinating because I don't even know sometimes how to approach this too. Like Mike Vrabel, okay? If you're stooping Diana Rossini, which, by the way, good for you. She's kind of a babe. And as long as you aren't giving secrets to said stoop, you're going to get off scot-free on this. Sleazy, definitely sleazy, shady. But like the other is your complete professional integrity. Like I don't know how Rossini ever comes back from this.
She doesn't.
You know what I mean? Like your career's done.
Well, let's go to
because again, and this might be a man-woman thing, which is a little unfair, but it's also the coach versus a reporter thing too. That the coach is like, look, I don't need any journalistic integrity to be able to do my job here. I can continue my career. If you're a journalist and you lose that, whether it was deserved or not, there's no way to come back from it. And let's not beat around the bush here either. Diana Rossini's had some reports out there that have been factually wrong. And sometimes intentionally it feels like wrong. So you already have some of those questions out there that are a little poking the bear, kind of report some things. And now this, like, adios, amigo, that stinks. But you can't do it.
The most recent example of this is Joy Taylor.
Oh, and she's going to go on Joy's thing, and they're going to do the thing about, you know.
Look, man, I've been in this industry a long time. And there are a lot of dirtbags of both sexes and how they get to where they are and who they step on and who they stoop and don't stoop. And
I mean, you know people in the local market, and there's some of them that you love and there's some that you struggle with.
Yeah, and there are, I mean, look, I've run into a lot of the big national reporters, especially on the NBA side. There's really nobody there that I haven't met or talked to, man or woman. And look, women get unfairly bundled into this stuff and how they get to certain places. But the other side of this is some of them, that's how they get there.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's like, you can't say that. It's like, well, the reality is, yeah, they're just as bad as the men.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like, but you can't, I'll use this example, and this will probably irritate some people. You can't say anything negative about WNBA players, but you can say all the negative things. You want to fat shame Zion Williamson? You go right ahead. You want to fat shame Addie Crooks? Don't do that. That's another thing, because it's like, but there's this thing.
Meanwhile we accept the Ant Edwards shenanigans with his children all the time, yet would hold a WNBA player to a different standard.
Exactly. And guess what?
For the record, I do not allow Ant Edwards to get away with it.
No, neither of us do.
Yeah, no.
Like, I've said it privately and publicly. I want nothing to do with him.
As a bonus dad, I can't back that in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, and there's other stuff that he's done that it's like, absolutely not, dog. No. I'm not condemning him to hell or anything like that, but like, that's not what I'm going to do. But like, the way this Rossini letter, I don't wish her ill will or anything like that.
I'm sure she's wonderful. I'm sure she's fun.
But
clearly, I think she's fun.
But this whole idea of like,
too soon.
It's super hard to fall on the sword publicly. It requires a lot of humility, and it's usually not going to happen immediately.
Also, I'm going to live and die by this. This is your career.
Mm-hmm.
If you did nothing wrong, you fight it.
Stand on business.
Yep.
You fight it. 10 toes down. Get after it. If that's me,
yeah.
If I'm seen in a relationship that can affect my integrity here at the station, that goes against what I'm doing in my private life, but it affects what I do right here, and that is not the truth, you best believe I'm fighting that. And I understand the concept of I'm tired of the noise around it and how it's affecting my family and how it's affecting all my friends that work at The Athletic. That's because you're guilty, bro.
It's called accountability.
Yeah. Yeah, you done stepped in it and you got caught.
That's the reality.
It's tough.
And here's
it stinks.
It does. And look, this kind of career for her is probably over. But
she'll find something.
That's the same. She's been around for too long and knows too many people that like fully disappear.
Oh, she'll either podcast or TikTok or she'll be around.
Whatever.
Yeah,
but
she might be single.
this vein of it all though, like
writing at The Athletic.
Yeah, those
insider stuff.
Those jobs are probably gone.
Some press passes might be revoked. Let's get to Web Gems, everybody's favorite. You took it to the face? How? 105.1 The Fan.
The new home.
All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45, but I also love to give you a preview of the big nooner. We'll get back into the Blazers as they had a big victory last night, 114-110 over the Suns. We'll take a little peek into San Antonio and see what that might look like. The lessons we've learned that we could adapt to it, or just are the Blazers screwed? So there's a lot to get to in the big nooner. Hang out with us for the rest of it. Loaded final hour. Web Gems to you comes to you by way of the Baltimore Orioles, my friend. Craig Albernaz is their new manager this year. He is 43-year-old skipper. He's a minor league guy. I believe he came out of the Tampa Bay Rays system, which when I heard that, I was like, well, good for Baltimore. I assume anybody in the Rays system is very, very good at baseball. They're just very, very cheap. See?
Indeed.
Maybe there's a Blazer coach in the Tampa Bay Rays system.
There you go.
Did you ever think about that? Their scouting department's fantastic.
Look around.
They can't sign any of their great players to long-term deals because they don't have any money, and when they do, well, they're pedophiles. Wander Franco. But Craig Albernaz, who's got kind of this ball rolling for Baltimore, a little bit better. Things kind of really were a disaster last year. Well, he got hit in the face with a foul ball the other day. Yesterday, I believe. 7 cheek fractures and a broken jaw. Back at work today.
Bam. Hockey player.
Back at work?
Back at work.
Hockey player.
The first thing he said in his presser, oh, hey, everyone. It's good to see everyone. And he's just got this giant gash on the right side of his cheek.
Not wired shut, huh?
Not wired shut, but his jaw is broken, and he is all sorts of messed up.
Well, I mean, he's probably in a good mood.
Oh, I'm sure
Probably
he's in a great mood.
All of the drugs. He ain't eating steak for a while.
No, I don't think so. Let me see if I can find...
Smoothies for Albernaz.
Yeah.
That's the call out at the coffee shop.
Oh, they got him... They got him on... Google has him in a Giants jersey, so maybe he came from the Giants organization, but I'm trying to find this. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I mean, that ball hit him.
He coached with the Tampa Bay Rays, the Giants, and the Guardians.
I knew he was Tampa. That's right, he came from us because he's Kevin Cash, bro.
2015 to 2019 with the Tampa Bay, 2020 to 2023 with the Giants, 2024-25 with the Guardians.
Dope, dude. Taking it on the face like that and coming back to work the next day is pretty rad. I don't know if I have that in me. But then again, what would be... So let's think about this.
You want to find out?
If you, no, I don't. If you let's take the foul ball out of this, okay? You have 8 cheek fractures and a broken jaw. You can't do anything, really, right? But take some pain meds and chill. What better thing to do than go watch baseball?
Yeah. I mean, mine wasn't anywhere near that, but I've joked about it. I mean, I was chewing up Percocets and breaks when I was here coming back from my hip surgery.
Yeah, would you rather be chilling at a baseball game?
I mean, sure, but also I was doing a job where I could just chill here and chew up Percocets during a break and gut through it. It's the, being in one of those kind of jobs, it's kind of what you do.
Yeah, I know. And realistically, like
does he like abandon the uniform and just go like sweats?
I would
just workouts.
Dude, most guys aren't in uniforms anymore anyway.
Well, you know what I mean? Like he's going like real light.
Real cash, some Lululemon sweats.
And pullover only, so no collar because you don't want it to touch your face.
Right.
That's the thing is like that was the one thing that I realized when I had the nose surgery is that everything that I wore turned into like big baggy hoodies because I had to make sure that I wasn't going to hit myself in the face with whatever I pulled on.
Yeah.
Like it was like one of those stupid little things.
Dude, drugs are like that too. If you're taking like hallucinogenics, like you have weird, in the sense like you have weird things that you don't want to touch.
How did you get there?
I don't know. I was just listening to you and thinking about drugs.
Drifting off into nowhere land?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, putting on a hoodie over your face. Yeah, it's a lot like drugs.
It took me by surprise.
What?
I don't know, man.
You having one of those kind of days?
No, I'm great. I'm fine.
Missing a little ayahuasca right about now?
No. That's like a 5-day trip.
Yeah, I know. I know we're getting hungry, but he's going to go get food here in just a minute.
I just saw Joe Fisher walk by.
Did he?
I'm starving.
See?
It's 20 minutes away.
I know. I haven't eaten
he's
anything.
got to go get it and then come back.
I know. You were like, we can get it later. I'm like, let's get it earlier. And Joe's got a freaking meeting.
Well, he does have a job. He does have a job.
Yeah.
He does have a job, and his job is not our bitch. Savage, dude. Not cool, man. Not cool. Joe's my boy, dude. I'll fight to the death. Anyone hear about Joe Fish?
he is going to get sandwiches.
Dude, I'm friends with his dad.
Yeah.
I've known his kid since he was like 2.
There you go. I love Joe, but it's still more fun that way.
I am coming
Joe
back.
Fish is good people.
I am
There you
coming
go.
back with the sandwich bet. It is getting paid off today.
It
For
is.
those of you that are concerned,
We'll give a sandwich review after I inhale it during a break.
I'm going to have like a bite and eat the rest afterwards.
I'm going to eat a sandwich in a break.
I know you are. And it's going to be like closing arguments. Nom, nom,
Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, because I haven't eaten anything today. I am starving. I didn't even, for whatever reason, I didn't even grab my banana this morning. Because I always have a banana when I go to the gym, and
Is there nothing you can't...
ain't nothing back there.
Ain't nothing back
There's
there?
an almond roca.
That's true. I pay for water.
Yeah.
Like, why would there be food?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Almond Roca, don't do that, dude. That's a whole level of desperation.
I might.
If a sandwich coming here in 45 minutes-ish, like,
Whoa,
we can hold off.
45?
I mean, he's picking up at 12:15.
See, you should have set it for 12.
Well, I tried, but he didn't know when the end of his meeting
You should have
was.
set it for 12.
Should have just done it. No, because, damn it.
Yeah. Should have bullied him. See, he's already out walking around. It
I
ain't
know.
12.
He's already wasting time. He's out there talking to people and yucking it
He
up.
thinks he's got time. He's like, no, go get the sandwich. Be ready. Come on now. Sandwich.
Sandwich time. I'm very stoked. I haven't had a sandwich from this place in a long time.
I've never had a sandwich from there.
It's the best sandwich
To be
place
honest,
in town.
I can't remember the last time I had a sandwich.
Really?
That
You don't
I-
even like make sandwiches now?
Dude,
At home?
I haven't made a sandwich in a long time. We don't really have bread in the house other than some sourdough. And I'm a sandwich guy. I love a sandwich.
Oh, dude.
We-
Casey's
we
poor,
got
so
sam-
he's got sandwich shit.
We
Yeah.
got sandwiches last week.
Oh, that's right. Rufio, I say I haven't had a sandwich. Like I haven't like gone and got a sandwich. Like it's been a hot minute since I've done that.
Oh, man. I got 3 kids, dude. We
Oh, yeah,
make
I mean,
sandwiches every day.
sandwich life. No,
oh, yeah.
Look, man. I mean, what? Not only that, it's been eating a lot better. I mean, my
Sandwiches are not good for the body.
No,
they're
no.
not. They're
My-
delicious.
my
Don't let the veggies get it twisted on you.
No, my food choices for like the last 2 months have been, what can I cook this ground beef, chicken, and or rice and sweet potatoes with? Like I'm cooking like 5 things. Like,
Will this get seasoned Asian or Mexican
yeah,
tonight?
I decide
Ooh,
what
Indian.
Yeah,
Getting spicy
yeah.
here.
What ethnicity is my ground beef, chicken, or ground bison going to be?
We're going in circles. We did this yesterday, Daniel.
It is what it is. I'm hungry. That's why.
When we come back, let's get into the big nooner. The Blazers survive the Suns, get the 7th seed, and it ain't getting easier. That's next. 105.1 The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trail Blazers are headed to the playoffs. Blazers defeated the Phoenix Suns 114-110 last night to clinch the 7th seed in the Western Conference and punching their ticket to a first-round matchup against the set 2 seed San Antonio Spurs. Denny Avia, he led the way in last night's contest as he posted 41 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, clinching the game with a strong finishing layup with 16 seconds remaining to become the 5th player ever to score 40 or more points in a play-in game. The Suns, they will now host the winner of Wednesday's Clippers-Warriors matchup on Friday to determine who will earn the 8th seed and face the top-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Some MLB news for you, as the Detroit Tigers have reached an agreement with rookie infielder Kevin McGonigal on an 8-year, $150 million extension with a maximum value of $160 with incentives. McGonigal, at age 21, becomes the youngest Tigers player named to an opening day roster since Omar Infante back in 2003. And mark your calendars, folks, because we are just 8 days away from the 2026 NFL Draft. Ahead of the draft in Pittsburgh, the New York Giants and star defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence have engaged in potential trade talks after reaching an impasse on extension conversations this week. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris.
Down, one to go here. The firm of Harris and Meringue. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your days. And judging by the attendance, a lot of you are hanging out with us today, and we really, really greatly appreciate it. It's a fun day here in Portland as the Blazers take down the Suns in the first play-in game, secure themselves the 7th seed, and are going to the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. Danny, I think the number one thing we've learned throughout this show today so far, and what I caught with myself last night watching the game, again, as I've said earlier, Jeremy Grant made me a fan, and I stopped being a media person, quote unquote, and we've kind of dropped the wheeze a little bit today here and pulled back the curtain a little bit, honestly. What we've learned through our show, what I learned in listening to the Sunrise guys this morning, and I'm sure I'll catch some when I get a little primetime in me as well, is when the Blazers win meaningful basketball games, this city gets really stoked about it.
No one cares about anything more in the city.
It's the truth.
Like, I try to tell people this, and like, no, it's this. And like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I've seen the ratings. You get 150,000 people are watching Blazers postseason games.
My Timbers been to 3 MLS Cup finals.
Nothing against the Timbers. It's nowhere close.
I know.
It's nowhere close.
I know.
You like, Portland as a city, I believe, is still under 1 million people. It's like city proper.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You're getting more than 10% of the city is watching.
That's a lot, man.
That is a massive number.
That's a lot, and I'll take like my barista across the street, my buddy over there, who let's just call him Damien. We'll call him Damien, all right? Damen Lillard. He's my barista. Could not care less about sports, even if he tried. Could not, even if he tried, care any less than he already does. I did not go get coffee this morning. I guarantee if I went over there, he'd be like, Blazers won, didn't they?
How about
be
that?
Like, they did.
Yeah. How about the game?
I don't think he would have said that because I don't think he would have watched. He'd go, did the Blazers win like a big game last night? Is what he would have said.
You can feel it.
Yep.
The city's different.
Whether it's somebody picking up a sandwich or a coffee and mentioned it, or someone texted him last night, or he heard it with some friends or something.
You can see it in the watch parties. You can see it in the reaction videos. You can see it in all of the things.
You could also see it in the players.
Yeah.
You could see it in Thiago's splitter.
We play the audio of Thiago. You can hear him.
Mm-hmm. Choked up a little bit.
They're proud of what they did.
Yeah, and they should be.
And that's things like, they got it done. It's 3 straight games where they needed to show up, and they did. And look, from a media standpoint, point of view, whatever you want to call it, selfishly, I want them to do well because it's more fun to cover meaningful basketball.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, really, really bad basketball. Like, I'm watching Champions League right now, and I'm thinking about, like, Tottenham's having a real big problem in the EPL. And that is content. That is something to talk about with how historically bad they are.
Beat over the head with it. It's nasty.
And they might not make it, and they might get relegated. But I don't know if I can do it every single day. Like, we've struggled throughout this year, man. There have been rounds of days where it's like, can we just do Blazers for one segment? But when Blazers are good or good enough to talk about, we'll do it all the time.
There's no bigger story in this city, and now it's fun to go into that 7-8 matchup and win that game. Now you're into the real war.
Yes, and this is where the dance starts. Game 1 will be on Sunday. It's a 6 p.m. tip. Peacock, I believe, is where you can catch that, or you can listen to the radio.
There you go.
Just saying, my buddy Tyler. The Spurs are going to offer a completely different type of challenge than the Suns did. Look, I thought the Blazers outplayed the Suns. And remember I said yesterday, I think the Blazers are going to win. And I have no reason to believe that other than I believe. Well, I think deep down inside, I thought the Blazers had a better roster. Devin Booker is for my money, is a slightly better player than Denny Avia. The collective, I'll take the Blazers. True. I also thought they had the better coach last night between the two. And that's great that's why you're in that 7-8 game, because you are comparable. We'll get to the Hornets and Heat game too in a little bit. That game was really damn close. Well, they're the 9 and 10 seed, so it should be. The Spurs are going to offer you a different challenge. And I want to start here real quick, Danny, with the thought of, Wemby and Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, they've never played a playoff game before either. And it's like, yeah, Victor Wembanyama is the top 3 player in the NBA. And Steph Castle is quickly rising the charts. This isn't a shot at Denny. This isn't a shot at the Blazers. That team's ready to compete for a title right now.
Them being in the West, again,
their timeline got sped up real quickly, but that's what happens when you have a 7'5" alien on your squad.
I picked them to come out of the West this year before they played a game. This isn't to sit here and toot my own horn. It was just, that's what happens when you have the best player on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
It changes like that.
And look, there are going to be moments that Steph Castle's going to struggle. There will. But he's got the talent around him to bail him out on that. What's Dylan Harper's job right now? I don't think they need him to have a job right now.
How much is he playing?
Exactly. So, that's a kid who doesn't have to worry about the lights being too big.
Do you think De'Aaron Fox is going to play less than 38 minutes?
No. When Steph Castle has an issue, who's the first person that's going to go talk to him? De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
That's a pro right there. Now, De'Aaron Fox doesn't have a ton of postseason experience either, but he's been in the league for a while. Been in the league for a while and a damn good point guard.
You know who does have a lot of experience? Harrison Barnes.
Yes, he got some rings.
Guess why he's on that team? Because young teams need those. He's their Jeremy Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's not as good as JG
and De'Aaron Fox is their Drew Holiday.
Yes,
Harrison Barnes was also on that Sacramento team that lit the beam with De'Aaron Fox.
Yes, he was.
I think about that. I was like,
I always think of Harrison in his Warriors days. That's all.
But even beyond that, it's just there's scaling to this. What's the again coming back to this? This is the same player I've asked. This is the same question I ask all the time of every player. What's the ask? Wemby's ask is to be the best defensive player on the planet while also giving you 25 a game.
Yeah,
it's a big ask.
And that's and look, I know it's only his 3rd year in the league. There are very few people in the history of this league that have come in and dominated that quickly.
Yeah.
You're talking LeBron James. I mean, Michael didn't
dominate
do anything
like that
for 8 years.
Like,
it takes time.
Luka is another one of those guys who dominated out of the gate.
Cooper Flagg, buckle up for that ride. If they can get better around Cooper Flagg, he's going to be one of those guys too. Now, is there a chance that Wemby struggles in the first game? Yeah, of course there is. I'm not going to bet on it. And I think if you're a Blazer fan out there, if you're betting on it, I think that's a little foolish. I think right now with this Spurs team, and we can talk about in a moment what they're good at and what the Blazers are going to struggle with, but what the Blazers can do. Right now, this is what's your job and do your job. And can you learn what jobs you can do and what jobs you can't do? Because, look, this is our gargantuan task. Not saying it can't be done. We've seen it in the NBA. I would be very, very, very surprised.
Here, we'll preview this series as we get closer to it, but the big talking points are, what does Wemby look like in this moment? That's going to be the national narrative.
How many minutes does Wemby play?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a fair question to ask because that's a 2 seed, and what is Wemby's minutes average this year?
29.
29? Luka averages 33, 34.
37.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the big players, if they're healthy, the Ant Edwards of the world, even the Cooper Flags, like those guys are 30-plus minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They're able to dominate without Wemby playing for 30 minutes.
Also, when he's on the floor, he is that dominant that he
Yes.
doesn't have to play 35, 36, 37 minutes. Okay? Like what? You've got Drew to lean on. You've got Jeremy to lean on. Okay? This is Denny's first real experience. What does that look like? For me, the biggest ask of anyone is probably going to be Donovan because he's going to be tasked with a lot of Wemby.
Donovan's going to have a lot of Wemby. I also think, I don't want to say a lot is going to be asked, but shooting has to be great.
Because here's what's going to happen.
It has to, because Denny could easily, you want to drive to the hoop a bunch, there's a 7'5" guy there that might make your life miserable.
Might?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to.
I'm going to be shocked if Wemby covers Donovan.
Oh.
Shocked if he covers him at the 3-point line.
No, he won't.
I think they're going to park Wemby in the paint and say, go
Come
ahead.
on. Come on down,
Don,
buddy.
shoot as many threes as you want.
And Denny, num. Come
Just
on.
going to sit there and
Come
wait
on.
for him.
Come on. Yep, I
And
agree.
this is when you get into playoffs and you start hammering down and where you're going to exploit things. You're going to say, Don, take 8 threes a game. We don't care.
Tumani, shoot the lights out, buddy.
Go ahead.
Shaden, green light.
You are going to see 5 Spurs in the paint. That is what you are going to see. Whether it's Wemby, whether it's Luke Cornett, whether it's Harrison Barnes, whether it's Steph Castle, there is going to be 5 feet in the paint. The Blazers are going to have to hit threes.
And that's where I think the Blazers will inevitably struggle.
Yep.
Is it just won't be, there might be a night, they might steal a game. You know, Jeremy goes off for 28 and Drew has 35 and Shea's got 18. You know, that can happen.
Yeah.
And they can steal one. I don't see it happening to win 4 games. I don't even think they're winning 2 games.
I mean, if you win 2,
good on you.
let me go ahead and
Yeah.
doff the cap. Right?
Like that's the little baby doing the Jeter,
Yeah.
you know, the Jeter meme, you know.
You win 2 off this team, but you're here now. Get your taste. Look, I'm not saying don't get blown out in a game. Just don't get blown out in the series.
Yeah,
Show up.
We'll have plenty of time to talk this week about tactics and things like that. But let's look at the overarching conversation with it, Danny. What is I used this phrase yesterday. What is the realistic best possible outcome of this series? This is Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
Well, we can mark it right here. 12:17. It's actually 2 minutes ago. 12:15. Congratulations, you guys. You waited 2 hours and 15 minutes into this show until somebody finally told me, is Damian Lillard going to play against the Spurs? I'm proud of you guys. I really am. I really am. You're learning. We're working on it.
We're
making things happen. I'm proud of you. The answer is no. No, 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 and no.
I've known Damian Lillard since his rookie year, and I've never known him to not stand on something. He told me flat out he is not going to play.
Yeah.
It would be a monumental shift.
I also think there's something to be said of just kind of like what we left. I was like, well, what if they get to Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals? Then Dame would say, you got here without me. I think there's something to be said, especially from
now,
a leadership.
Does he want to play?
Well, of course he wants to play. There is something to be said, though, about as a leader saying, nah, you guys figure this out yourselves. You're good. You don't need me. Yeah. What do you want from me? What do you want from this old man?
Now, would it be
on
cool?
one wheel?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the letter 0, Game 3, get out of here, dude. Let's take us to be $1,000 to sit in the nosebleeds.
Him in the building.
Oh, stop.
Hit the stone cold glass break and just go with it.
That's how it would. And it'd be cool.
That actually just gave me chills thinking about it.
Yeah, dude, it would be really cool, but it's not going to happen.
Bro, him like if they did the intros, they should just stop it. Stop the intro and hit that.
Yeah. I mean,
stop the intro and hit that.
That was a misfire. I apologize. I mean, could you maybe even a little, slowly bring in? I mean, what is more iconic if you're going to get the letter 0?
But it's the Bulls.
I mean, that would kind of work, though. It is the Bulls.
It's the Bulls.
You can't take that away.
It's got to be the glass break.
Yeah, it's got to be the glass break.
He's a stone cold guy, though,
He
too.
is. I mean, that Halloween costume he had that one time was great.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good.
Continuing this little peekaboo, and we'll talk all week about this series. Game 1 is Sunday. Game 2 is Wednesday.
I think so.
Game 2 is Tuesday, maybe. I'm pulling up the schedule here right now.
No, it's Friday, Sunday.
Game 2 is Tuesday.
Game 2 is Tuesday.
Game 1 is Sunday.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Game 3 here will be next Friday. Okay. Boy, what's that place going to be like?
Electric.
That's going to be pretty fun.
Even if they're down 0-2, it'll be electric.
Yeah.
I haven't had a playoff game in 5 years, man.
This will be like hopefully like a Sunday early tip, or are we doing the late night on Sunday? 6 o'clock on Peacock.
Yeah.
Tickets as low as $129
for San Antonio.
For San Antonio,
yeah, that's about right.
Game 4.
I hate that arena.
No, in Portland.
Oh, okay. For the Sunday game?
Yeah.
Okay. Game 4.
Game 4. Tickets as low as $102.
Wait. First game in Portland is what day? Friday.
Wait a sec.
Game 3.
This got me all messed up.
Yeah, Game 3. Game 3 is Friday.
Game 1 is at San Antonio.
Yeah. Game 1 at San Antonio. Game 2 is San Antonio.
Game 1 at San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Game 3 would be back at home.
Game 2 at San Antonio. Oh, I'm not on the right page.
Yeah, on Friday the next week. Yeah.
I'm not on the right page.
I was like, man, I've got it in my schedule.
7:30 on Friday.
Oof.
The late game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And a 12:30 tip on Sunday.
Hey,
Ooh, gotta
I
like that.
that.
They don't play on Saturday, too. I got Timbers on Saturday, so
that'll be fun.
That's kind of nice. Yeah, it'll be cool. I mean, I don't think I'll go to any of the games. I don't think I got the coin dollarage to make that happen right now. But I am kind of interested to just like be around the stadium.
Be good
for the game,
Yeah.
The hype. Oh, Joseph Fisher has returned.
Sandwiches? Not bad.
Why is he looking at? Okay, he's giving me some weird look. But I might be willing to like go down and just like hang around that place for funsies, just to kind of see what it's going to be like, because it will be electric. I know it will be.
That building's gonna have juice.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have juice.
When was the last time that building had juice?
5 years ago.
Yeah,
and it wasn't great.
That
was a Nugget series where.
Yeah. And before that, I think
like a wet fart.
And before that was Pelicans.
No, they had 2019. They had the
oh, that's
Warriors
right.
series.
That's right. The Warriors series. That was also.
Well, they also had 2020 as well. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's since the last time it had juice, you could go with Denver.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
2019
Denver. That was such a fun series.
Oh yeah, when it goes 7, that'll do that. A quadruple overtime game or double overtime game, and you've got multiple moments. Yeah, it's a good time.
What are we going to learn from this series, Danny? What's the best realistic case scenario?
Who are your risers? How do guys bounce back after bad performances? How do guys react to adjustments? How do guys battle through minutes changing?
Mm-hmm.
How do guys adjust to the ask? How do guys adjust to the lights? What does Thiago do? Like, what do the rotations look like? What are the things that they look to attack? What are the things that they try to shore up? That's when you start talking about adjustments, man. That's when adjustments matter. Where you're playing pick and rolls at, where you're actually starting your pick and roll coverages, where are you getting into your offense? How early are you getting into your stuff? How well do you play in the half court? How do you limit mistakes? How do you bounce back from runs? How do you play from the front? Like, those are all questions you have to ask because you're going to face all of those things.
What do you do to stop Wemby?
You don't.
Wow, but what do you do to try?
I don't think you throw the white flag, but I don't think you're trying to stop him. I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to limit the guard play. I think you're trying to limit
shut down
De'Aaron
Steph,
Fox.
shut down Fox.
I think you're trying to limit the spaces that they get to. Like, how well do you protect the paint? How well do you close out? How good are your rotations defensively? How aggressive are you? How far out are you picking guys up? Are you playing more conservative? Are you playing more aggressively? When and where are you gambling? Are you starting to blitz and get the ball out of somebody's hands? Or where are you trying to force the catch to? Those are the things. If Wemby's becoming a problem in the sense of in the pick and roll game, or as a facilitator, or as a scorer, or as a shooter, do you want Wemby taking threes? The answer is probably yeah. He's a 36% 3-point shooter, but can he get hot? Okay, if that's the case, like we talked about, how Wemby's going to cover Dawn. How's Dawn going to cover Wemby?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How much space?
Can you get physical? Is Wemby getting superstar treatment already?
Well, again,
in a playoff situation,
if you want to talk about free throws, Denny does get a lot of free throws. What happens? How does he react if he's having trouble getting to the rim because Wemby is sitting there? Mm-hmm. If he's not getting to the line, can he get in? Well does he score in the in-between game? And how well are you about kind of milking the margins? Where can you Does Scoot Henderson have a game? Does he have a shift? Does he have a series? Where does Shaden Sharp come out in all this? Is Chris Murray a playoff riser? Is Matisse Thybulle? Where does Rob Williams factor? There's so many questions. There's really 3 guys in Drew, Rob, and Jeremy. I'm I know what I expect out of these guys.
Realistic best case scenario for this series is losing 6.
Yeah. I mean, if you can go 4-2. Well done.
Yeah, I'll tip my cap off to you on that.
All the math has the Spurs winning the series at 96%. I think pretty much the majority of the math has this as a 4-1 series, gentlemen sweep.
I mean, that's what makes sense to me.
Can you be in every game?
Can you be in every game?
Can you give yourself a chance? That's the expectation.
Can you be in every game for at least 3 quarters?
I need more than that.
You need more than that.
Yeah. I need you to show up. Now, shooting variance is going to happen. Can you steal a game because you got hot? That. Those are all.
Like I said,
the
does Jeremy Grant have 28, Drew has 35, and Denny does whatever the hell Denny does?
The answer is they can. That's a reality. They can. Now, will they, and how will that play out? I don't know. But this is where you make your hay as a pro. We could talk about all the inconsistencies of Shaden Sharp, but what if Shaden Sharp's a 16-game player?
That'd be great.
It's a cool question to have an answer. Have an ask and then have him show up. You know what I mean?
What does Rob Will do looking at a contract next year?
I mean, Rob's Rob, but...
I know, but I mean...
The only question about Rob is his health.
Sure, but if you can put a little extra bang on Wimben Yum Yum, then...
Doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt. I think I'm excited to watch this.
How can you not be? It's playoff basketball.
Because I'm scared that that young Patrick is just sad that his Blazers are getting blown out.
That's part of the process.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Everybody's got to go through it.
Everybody is in a job interview right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone. If you're a playoff riser, you know what you aren't going to be? Easy to trade.
No.
You're like, yeah, he's valuable. He's valuable to us too, you know?
But if you do trade him, it means you're getting something pretty nice in return.
So those are all the questions, and we can dive into the minutia of it over the next couple of days and look at where there's some things to possibly exploit, and maybe there's some things that you really are worried about. And I think I'm going to land in some of those categories for sure. But that's half the fun, man, is seeing the adjustments and how they come about. Each single game is a standalone game. You treat it as like one and done. It's not that you throw it away, but the things that you did that didn't work, you try to change, and the things you did, you try to make them work even better. Like that's where you really start. That was something I thought they did really well against the Suns last night, is that, guess what? Spamming the Denny pick and roll and getting downhill worked. You know what you kept doing? That.
And don't get it twisted, that not playing till Sunday is real nice for guys like Shaden Sharp, Jeremy Grant, and a Denny Avia
getting
back.
Some rest.
Yeah. Rest them bones.
Getting some rest.
Sleep in your bed for a couple nights.
And this is a very, very small thing. Going to San Antonio where it's warmer, not a bad thing this time of year.
Not a bad thing, no. What are you talking about? It's blue. It's beautiful outside.
I'm just saying, go somewhere, get a little warm, get a little Mexican food in you, call it good. Don't have the distractions of particular cities. It's a good little spot to be.
Coming up next, the Charlotte Hornets take down the Miami Heat to advance in their play-in situation, and Patrick pays up his bets. 105.1. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers are headed to the playoffs. Blazers defeated the Phoenix Suns 114-110 last night to clinch the 7th seed in the Western Conference and punching their ticket to the first-round matchup against the 2-seed San Antonio Spurs. Denny Avia, he led the way in last night's contest as he posted 41 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, clinching the game with a strong finishing layup with 16 seconds remaining to become the 5th player ever to score 40 or more points in a play-in game. The Suns, they will now host the winner of Wednesday's Clippers-Warriors matchup on Friday to determine who will earn the 8th seed and face the top-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Some MLB news for you, as the Detroit Tigers have reached an agreement with rookie infielder Kevin McGonigal on an 8-year, $150 million extension, the maximum value of $160 million with incentives. McGonigal, at age 21, became the youngest Tigers player named to an opening day roster since Omar Infante did it back in 2003. And mark your calendars, folks, because we are just 8 days away from the 2026 NFL Draft. Ahead of the draft in Pittsburgh, the New York Giants and star defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence have engaged in potential trade talks after reaching an impasse on extension conversations. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and
I don't know how we're going to do the rest of this show, Danny.
It's nap time.
It's nap time. Smash, sandwich, nap.
Oof, man. I inhaled that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I lost a bet to Danny that I made a long time ago, and I'm sorry that I didn't pay up sooner, but that was worth it, I think, boys. Wonderful sandwich shop called Baker's Mark is my favorite place in town.
I never had that one before. That's a good sandwich.
You did the Dutch Crunch Godfather.
Mm-hmm. With the hot pepper salad. It's got a nice little kick to it. That's tasty.
Casey and I did the hot pastrami.
In-house mustard, too.
It's everything, man. They make their own bread. And when they run out of bread, close up shop.
Yeah, that's good bread.
It's really nice.
That's really good bread.
I know there's one over on Division that I used to go to all the time because there's a beer bar right up the street from there. So you can grab the sandwich.
Oh, no way.
Go up to the beer bar. Call it a Baker's Mongers.
Why do you call it a beer bar, not just a bar?
Because it just specifies in beer and doesn't have liquor.
Oh.
Yeah. A bar has liquor.
Does a bar not have beer, though?
No. But a bar has everything in theory. To where a wine bar has wine, a beer bar has beer, and a bar has everything.
They're all bars to me.
Y'all are a bunch of losers to me anyway.
Yeah.
Well, you can join us June 23rd as Toyota presents
Not
the
be a
Fan
loser.
Golf Classic at Langdon Farms Golf Club. And don't be a loser. Foursomes are on sale now. Choose between the morning or afternoon rounds, but get your group signed up soon because they do fill up fast. It's the most fun day in golf with activations and tastings around the course. The infamous Angels NB Bourbon Par 3 6th hole, where all of our hosts, Dirt, Sprague, Danny, myself, Luke, Isaac, and Sook, will all be posted up to heckle and admire your shots. Of course, we'll keep you fed with a post-round meal thanks to Matt's Barbecue. Also a delicious place. Head to 1051thefan.com. Click on the Fan Golf Classic logo for information and sign up today. The Fan Golf Classic presented by Toyota is also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Maestro Dobel Tequila, your neighborhood restaurant group, Phil Book Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, Il Legal Mezcal, and Window Nation.
We're, 2 months away?
I'm excited, dude.
Yeah. It's a good time. Case, you ever been out there as a fan?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Not yet.
It's a good time, brother. It's a good time. And last 3 years, we've had great weather. We've had great weather. I mean, last year I think it was like 86.
What happens if it rains?
We're out there and it sucks.
You just deal with it?
Yeah, why would you put that out there?
Then I get
Just
to laugh
asking.
at you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, oh my bad. You're stuck here.
I'll
Is
come
he
and
stuck
see you
here?
guys afterwards.
Is
Yeah.
he stuck? What does he do? I
Well-
thought we were not on the air.
Well, we've done both. We've run best ofs and we've done not best of. We've done other stuff. So,
I see.
but somebody has to be here to run it.
I vote Schultz.
That's me.
An overtime thriller last night in the Eastern Conference. Miami falls to Charlotte Hornets 126-127. Couldn't have happened to a better group of people over there in Miami.
Hate to see it.
I can't believe that because they're so mad that Joe Cronin didn't trade them Damian Lillard, that now we laugh at their
For
misfortune.
scraps.
Yeah, a terrible trade. Dude, side note,
It's the only deal you'll find.
is it time for Pat Riley maybe to get out of there?
I mean, there's been calls for that for a while, but if they land Giannis in the offseason, they're so back, baby.
Oh, so back, losing the second round.
It'll be interesting.
What are they going to give up for Giannis?
They have their picks.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll see.
They're going to have to give up Jaquez,
Well, I mean, they got to get the salary to get there. So
Tyler Hero, bye-bye.
hey, Wiggins, yeah.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Hey, Tyler Hero, you know where he's from?
Wisconsin.
Hey,
good point. Good
full
point.
circle.
But the reality is the Charlotte Hornets win this game, and that's kind of more the story of that. Look, Miles Bridges was great last night. Brandon Miller was really solid last night. LaMelo is...
Couldn't hit the broads out of a barn from three.
There's a little Jalen Green going on last night of him, but he did finish with 30 points, 10 assists. You want to talk about...
He was 10 of 15 from twos.
You want to... He was, 10 of 15 from twos?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he just couldn't hit
He
a three.
had
to save
12,
his life.
he had 12 made field goals.
2 of 16 from three.
That's really bad. That's really bad.
Yeah.
But they won the game. There was a fun stretch down at the end with the layup and then the block shot, which was a really cool situation. You want to talk about kids and how they perform in the playoff? Paging Con Knipple Where were you, buddy?
By I think all the metrics, it was his worst or second worst game of his season.
I know plus minus is kind of whatever, but he's a minus 20. 0 for 6 from downtown.
2 for 12 from 3. He's struggled from 3 for really like the last month. So again,
that team's built pretty nicely that he was able to, get around that. Look, Diabate had 14 boards.
Dragging himself up and down the floor. Bro, you want to talk about a guy who wore it last night? He was hurting. Tell me it doesn't matter when you watch Moussa Diabate play last night.
It matters.
They cared.
They cared. He cared very much so. And they're a fun little team to watch. They really are. Look, Kobe White had a really nice game last night.
Kobe's fun.
I really enjoyed him. I've always enjoyed him. I liked him in college a lot, too. Where do you go to school?
North Carolina.
Booyah! There you go. Maybe he'll be an all-star and break that trend someday. Doubtful. But maybe. Boy, but I'm just glad that the Charlotte Hornets game lived up to the hype of them just being really entertaining to watch. The only thing that sucks is LaMelo doing stupid things.
Yeah, LaMelo Ball breaking Bam's leg damn near was not great.
Which is not cool. Like, I think the Hornets were going to beat the Heat anyway, but I mean, judging how close it was, the fact that Bam was out before halftime for 3 quarters of the game. 11 minutes?
Yeah.
Look, that team goes when Bam goes. Mm-hmm. Whether it's defensively, in the paint, shooting, whatever it is, that team goes with Bam. And him to be out and them lose definitely stinks. Spoelstra was very, very vocal at the podium afterwards.
He wasn't wrong.
He's not wrong. And I think if the NBA had cojones, LaMelo would get suspended for the next play-in game.
Here's my thing on this.
But what they'll do is they'll suspend him for the first game of the playoffs or the first game of next year. They will say, the play-in doesn't count. It's not a real game.
He needs to be suspended, but he shouldn't be suspended. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he probably should have been tossed in that game.
Easily, dude. When you walk in, he said something like, I was reaching for my head. I might have had a concussion. I don't even know what a concussion is, actually. I was like, dude, you reached and grabbed that dude's foot and pulled it. You knew exactly what you were doing. Yeah, how does he not get run in that game?
Because they didn't see it live. And people are like, how did you miss that? I'll go back to a Blazers one. I've brought this one up in the past. Andre Miller and Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin shoves Andre Miller to the ground twice in back-to-back possessions, and there's no call. Blake Griffin runs down the floor, and Andre Miller gets a full 50-foot sprint. Just sprint and just runs Blake Griffin over. There's no stoppage in play. Blake goes like sliding under the stanchion. Every ounce of Andre Miller ran over an unsuspecting Blake Griffin and trucked him. It was like, whoa. Next game or the next day gets reviewed. Andre Miller gets suspended because of that, and his Iron Man streak comes to an end.
Yep. And if the NBA had balls, they would do that to LaMelo Ball.
I don't want to see it because of what it will ultimately mean.
But that's also why I want to see it, because you can't do that.
Yes.
It's like Draymond kicking in the finals. Yeah, like you're gonna be out a really tough game 6. Sorry, dude.
He needs to get suspended. It was dirty.
Well,
period, point blank. Anybody saying, well, no.
God,
no,
you really had
dirty.
the chance to like really clean that image up, bud. You really did.
Just it was a dumb play.
It is
dumb, dangerous play. Bam is very lucky he was not hurt badly.
Yes. Well, he came down like square on his patoot. Mm-hmm. That hits hard, especially when you're a man his size.
But not just that, like if his leg gets wound up underneath him.
Yeah.
Like that's a dangerous play, man. It was dirty. Period.
It's a dirty play.
But
R.I.P. the Heat.
On the flip side, man, the Hornets, I'm a Brandon Miller guy. Loved him coming out. He's had injuries to battle with. For him to get on that stage and to play like that, love to see it.
And you hope Kahn learns something and has a better shooting performance. And that's the tough thing with Kahn. It's like, well, he doesn't have experience under the lights. That's why he's struggling. It's like he's also a shooter. Shooters struggle.
Yeah, you can go
it
through
happens.
Those. And guess what he's doing? He's playing game 83 of his season when he played, 37 before that?
And before that, 28?
He's tired.
Yeah.
He's tired.
Them tired legs. All right, closing arguments to send you on your way. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. This is 105.1, the Fan Sports Network.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Booker the drive, picks it out, Green for the lead. No! Rebound, Goodwin, knocked away by Grant, picked up Holiday, Grant the other way, Portland is going to win! The Blazers are
Kevin Harlan on Amazon. You heard it right. The breaking news. Blazers are going to the playoffs. Going to host a playoff game here at home for the first time in 5 years. Get your popcorn ready. The Spurs, they very, very good. But the Suns, they'll take on the winner of the Warriors and Clippers tonight. Good luck to all you losers. This Easy Play brought to you by Homesy. Use Homesy's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Homesy. That's Homze. Homesy.com.
We just finished our...
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Coming up on the program tomorrow, got some football to get into. Is this NFL franchise actually doing it right? We all have our homework assignment tonight. We're all watching the Jailblazer doc tonight.
I'll find a way to work it in there.
Yeah, I'll get it in there as well. Maybe I'll do it in the morning too. I don't know. And then there was a giant meeting in New York City we didn't get to today. That could be the demise of the villains. So we'll get to that tomorrow. Plus, it's a 10 Toes Down Thursday, so everybody likes that. We'll find some way to talk about Blazers, I'm assuming.
Oh no, we can do some pregame, pregame.
The hors d'oeuvres before the appetizers.
Indeed.
So there's a lot to get to today. Look, I'd like to shout out all our listeners today. You've been really great and really fun. On days like these, it makes our jobs really satisfying, and we feel very fortunate to do the things we do when you guys come out in droves like this. But let's tie up some loose ends here real quick, Danny. Over on the YouTubes from Dustin, a Blazer call that bugged me last night, the flagrant foul on Donovan. That seemed like he missed him on the elbow, and Brooks flopped The miss. Didn't like that there was a lot of contact.
No. Don walks that line.
Yeah, he does.
Don
he does.
Walks that line. I want him to.
And that's why
I want him to.
That's why I'm saying Donovan McClain does not play like a second-year player.
No.
And somebody said this earlier on the YouTube, I believe. I mean, he played a ton of valuable minutes at UConn for 2 titles. Like, the kid's played in a lot of big game situations.
It's different lights, but but I want Don to be a red ass.
I do too.
I want him to look. I don't want to be a habitual line stepper.
No.
I want you to walk up to that line a lot, though, especially in the playoffs.
I want you to not be afraid of the line.
Yep. Look, he threw. Look, it's like LaMelo. LaMelo knew what he was doing.
Of course he did.
Don knew what he was doing when we threw the bicep. He could have easily just dropped the arm.
Well, and you're going to want to kind of play that way against Wembanyama.
And who he did it to. Got no issue with it.
Yeah, got no issue with it.
Got no issue with it at all.
And
look, again, I don't want everybody. I don't want dirty, and I don't want guys to get hurt.
Agreed.
But letting them know you're there, I'm all for that. I'll always be all for that.
And dare I say, it kind of wrecked Dylan Brooks for the rest of the game too.
Got in his head a little bit.
Got in his head, and Donovan's going to need to do that against Wembanyama.
You're going to have to pull out some tricks.
You know what's the rivalry? The big rivalry with Wembanyama is Chet. Well, he makes Chet look like his bitch a lot. Donovan, this is your chance to not be Chet. Be better than Chet.
Don't get bullied.
Don't get bullied.
You can get beat. Don't get bullied.
Yes, I have no problem with you getting beat. Don't get bullied.
Losing to the most freakishly freak that's ever freaked in the NBA. That's okay. Getting bullied.
We've talked about this for 3 hours now, and so I'm going to ask the question. Is it worth the draft pick?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to ask that question for the next 2 weeks. Just curious on how it sits in. And maybe I'm the weirdo that really wanted the draft pick.
There's nothing wrong with wanting it, but I also think that you're missing it a little bit. It's not just one or the other. It's they played basketball and they won. Mm-hmm. That's what this is supposed to be about.
Looks solid doing it too.
And I'm just like scrolling through, and people sent me a bunch of stuff from across the country today. You know, Chris Vernon, who's Grind City Media in Memphis, he's big Memphis guy, basketball guy, right? Verno was going crazy this morning about Denny.
Welcome to the stage, sort of thing.
A lot of guys around. I talked to some folks in Denver who were like, I don't know, man. I don't know if Denny's really one of them ones. And I'm just sitting there going, you sure? Sure about that? Because I didn't see a guy campaigning for calls and getting the line 20 times last night. I saw a guy put his shoulder down and just running dudes over, getting to the that and one finger roll finish through contact to win the game. That is a play.
Well, it's pretty obvious to me that a lot of people around the league, around the association, media, as well, etc., they watch the Portland Trailblazers. They don't really watch the Blazers. Do you understand the difference I'm trying to create here? The Blazers have an awesome second-year bona fide center. The Blazers have a potential All-NBA player in Denny Avia. The Blazers have one of the best mind point guards and defensive point guards in the history of the NBA in Drew Holiday. And they've got a bucket getter that plays the 4 in Jeremy Grant. Now, the Trailblazers have Young Hansen. Mm-hmm. The Trailblazers have a hurt Damian Lillard and a really exciting three-point shooter called Denny Avia. And you're like, yeah, those are 2 very, very different teams. I watch the Blazers. Oh, and a new owner. I watch the Blazers. You watch the Trailblazers. Sure. And that is one thing that will help the brand. And I think Tom Dundon's very stoked about that. Not just to get a nice playoff paycheck for himself, but also that there's going to be a lot of these players that are going to be put on the stage. And look, people are going to watch San Antonio. People still might not know who the Blazers are. They may still be in Trailblazer land, but they're going to watch the Spurs. And you just hope the Blazers players step up and show the league that what they're worth. Whether it's eyeballs or trade or value, whatever.
NBA teams make about $1 million a playoff game. So that's $2 million in their pocket for 2 home playoff games.
Can we add the $2 million to the coach's salary and spend $3 million on a coach?
Be nice. Be nice. But, like, not only that, you get a little bit of a taste of, like, do I want to build with this guy? Mm-hmm. What does it look? What does this? And that's look. It's not going to end all be all, but this is what you get. This is what we talk about with when you get your opportunities, like whether it's Scoot or Shaden or whoever, whatever. Insert young guy here. If you don't show up in those moments, I mean, you heard what Dunnan said. It's my job to find somebody better than you. It's your job to make sure that guy's not out there.
How many times has James Harden been on a different team?
Oh God.
And why is that? Why is that?
He's toxic.
And what has James Harden ever done in a playoff?
Oh, he's been really good. But he's also James Harden has simultaneously some of the best playoff performances and the literal worst.
Mm-hmm.
He holds the NBA playoff record for single game turnovers. 14 or 15.
Now, the difference between him and like a Kevin Durant is I think Kevin Durant's just been in a lot of bad situations. Brooklyn was bad. We'll see how Houston goes, but it's looking bad. Phoenix, I mean, oh, wait, no, he wasn't on that finals team.
That was Book and CP.
Yeah,
and
so that's part of it too. Like, that's what I was worried about with Denny last night. Like, if Denny didn't get the calls, what was that going to look like? And at the first half, I was like, oh, Denny's doing okay, but no, he's not really getting the calls. Like, this could be a long day for him. And he rose to the occasion and made it happen.
Yeah, when you shoot 68% from the field, that's going to get it done.
And maybe this is part of it. And this is a texter, and I saw this all over my social media last night. I'm glad we got rid of the pick because people feel like the O'Shea era is finally gone. I don't think about it that way. I have moved on. I think Dame being traded was the end of it for me because then there's no C.J. McCollum, there's no Damian Lillard, there's no Zach Collins.
No, Anthony was the last one.
Anthony's gone. Like, once all that happens, I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if that helps you close that chapter, good on you. Everyone needs closure. I understand that.
It's a good spot to be.
Whew. Fun little day, Daniel. We made it.
It's nice having basketball to care about.
It is nice having basketball to care about. We will catch you all tomorrow. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. Relish in it for a little bit, baby. The Blazers are back in the playoffs. For Danny Meringue, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.